Howdy, folks. We're back. We're back. I am Charles Deering, and this is live stream number 73. Now, I was going to be working on a Yellowstone themed thing, but believe it or not, for me to fit it on a 2 foot by 4 foot sheet, it was too detailed. I traced it out, but for the size blades I use, I would have to make way too many changes. And I still may do it in the future. But that's what it is. Hello, Herbert Hooper and Chris Nealman. So yeah, I already had this drawn out. I just had to drill all the pilot holes. And there was a few of them. Let me get stuff moved around here. This piece is 2 feet by 3 feet, or actually it's 2 feet by 3 feet 1 inch. And it's got a lot of detail in it. Alrighty, we have 7 people watching. If you're watching on Facebook, the chat is usually more active on YouTube, as is the picture. I don't know what I mean. And the picture is said to be better. The picture quality is usually better on YouTube. So if you want to connect on YouTube, I go by Charles Deering Scroll, or just Charles Deering should find it. It's a picture of me pointing in wood grain. And if you want to connect on Facebook, I go by the Charles Deering, and that's all one word. Hello, Chad Benton. Yeah, and this this video got hell for review before it even started. Gotta love YouTube. So we have about 7 people watching, and we're gonna do another guess on how many pilot holes there are. Person who gets the closest will win 5 free scroll saw patterns from Charles. Good Lord. Hello, John Bradley. Watching over on YouTube. So far, all the comments have been on YouTube. Whoever can guess the closest, even if you go over on pilot holes, on the amount of pilot holes, then you will win 5 free scroll saw patterns of your choice from woodenvisions.com, preferably $10 or less valued patterns. Lawrence Alder says I have to watch on my phone, so hello, everybody. Let me go ahead and write down these guesses. Herb Hooper has guessed 8:30. Lawrence says 576. And hello, Pat H. and Leonard Davis. Let me write these down. Pat H. $475. Leonard. $712. Chad 444. John Bradley 650. Does anybody else have any guesses, or does anybody want to change their guesses? So far, the guesses are Herb 830, Lawrence 576, Pat H 475, Leonard Davis 712, Chad Benton 444, John Bradley 650. Hello, John Cousins. John Cousins, do you have a guess on how many pilot holes there are? If so, you can win 5 free scroll saw patterns of your choice at $10 value or less. 5 scroll saw patterns of your choice from woodenvisions.com. when I was drilling these pilot. Okay, let me. John Cousins. Hello, Dovetails. Appreciate you being here, sir. I assume it's sir. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Dovetails, if you're into scroll sawing, do you have any guesses on how many pilot holes there are? If so, you can win 5 free scroll saw patterns. Not this one, because this one's only available in a PDF at this size. So, because I drew it from 2 of my existing patterns on the website. I believe this is your first time joining the chat, Dovetails, and I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here, but there's that. Alrighty, Harnell Media. Hello, Steve Nealon. I don't have my secretary here. His sleep schedule's probably still messed up. Guess 592. All right, I'm gonna let a few more people guess on this, and then we'll get rolling. I am double stacking this. Again, I was gonna do the Yellowstone Kevin Costner next to a horse, but I found some mistakes in the pattern that I need to fix, as well as a lot of the details too small, even at almost 2 feet tall. So that's on me. Dovetails, 625. Okay, I gotta do some math here. Where's a calculator when you need it? Bear with me, I can't think out loud. Because I don't want to be wrong on my reveal on who won. Da-da-da-da-da. I need a dang calculator. It goes so much quicker. A few of them got pretty dang close. And there's a few that are close mathematically, so I'm having to hello, Liam. Hopefully I can remember that name. Oh, bear with me. Okay, we have 3 people that got close. One was within 48, one is within 52, one is within 56. Let me double check my math. I really need a damn calculator. Okay, somebody get a calculator and tell me when you have one, because for some reason my computer doesn't have one. Or at least not where I can find it. Never mind, because I'll reveal the answer if I give the mathematical equation. I just don't trust my math. It's simple subtraction, but I don't want to get it wrong. If I did my math correctly, John Cousins has won. Herb Hooper came in second, and Leonard Davis came in third. That's if I did my math correct. There are 778 cuts. Now my math says, John Cousins, you take 778 away from 826, and that's 48. If I did the math correct, then he won. If I did the math incorrectly, he did not win. Hello, Aussie man. Appreciate you being here. Pat, if you can subtract to 826 minus 778, I came out with 48, but I'm not good at doing math quickly where it has that many digits. And I got hello, John Nave. Okay, so I was correct. Okay, so John Cousins won. Sweet. All right. There are 778 cuts. To my knowledge, that is the most we've had. I don't recall because this is live stream number 73. You only missed the guesses on how many cuts there are, Awesome Man Bill. And that YouTube helped me with a review before I got started, but that's because I'm always so appreciative. That's why I always talk about it. So there's that. All right, so I haven't done any Sharpie dots or hogging out of holes, so hopefully we'll just be able to roll right into it because there's enough dang detail. I should be able to start somewhere. Okay. John Nave says, crap, I missed, but I would have guessed much higher. So John Cousins is our winner. Herb Hooper came in second. Leonard Davis came in third. And I don't have a big enough table next to me to put all this crap on. One way to fix that is to finish off the Dr. Pepper. So that's one less thing I got to find space on the table for. So we'll do that. There's not much. Roll on, scroll on, baby. Now I do have this pattern, but I only have it as a PDF. I lost the original where I drew it on paper. On an old hard drive, I lost the picture version. The only version I have is a PDF, and it's this big, 2 feet by 3 feet. Yeah, well, 2 feet by 3 feet 1 inch. So I call it 2 feet by 3 feet. Oh, that's some good Dr. Pepper right there. Okay, it's 3 feet 1 inch wide by 2 feet tall. Well, I say that it's double stacked. The bottom one is ever so slightly shorter than 3 feet 1 inch. I don't know the exact math, but for some reason the two boards didn't match up in size. 2 feet tall by 3 feet 1 inch wide. And now I know I usually start with faces, but more so I'm going to start with a face, but I'm going to start right in the middle of the piece if I can find the stupid pilot hole. And I'm trying to find space to put stuff. Now, per the usual, I probably missed a couple pilot holes, but it did make a whole lot of difference. I'm going to find a spot to put some of this stuff. I tried to stick the ice pick in the floor and it didn't stick, so I'll hopefully not step on it. If I do, we'll all know. Huh. Okay, let me get the camera in a little. I'll probably drop some clamps on the way. Oh, of course. For lack of a better way of putting it, I apologize for not being here previously or sooner. I just really haven't been in the mood. Nothing really specific, just blah blah. And it's been raining like a mother. Okay, now my clamp doesn't want to stay clamped. I love it when this happens. Yes, I'm stack cutting two of them, Mr. Bill. I don't want to do three because that takes too damn long. I really wish I could get this clamp to stay without having to use clamps. I might have said clamp. I wish I could get this crane to stay without using clamps. I know what the heck I meant. Yes, I use the scroller's drill. That is my go-to drill now. And I already stepped on the ice pick. Get that out of the way. Alrighty. Hey, you were so close, John Cousins, but you're still the winner. So, if you're capable of doing screen captures, give me a screen capture of the 5 patterns you want. If not, just give me the names of them, the way they're named on the website. Preferably $10 or less in value each, but I won't twist your arm. And alrighty then. Can everybody see okay, or do you want me to get closer, further away, blah, blah? Let me know. John Bradley, are we friends on Facebook? I'm terrible at remembering who all I'm friends with unless I talk to them all the time. Okay. Now we'll be using number 5s for everything here. I'm sure, well, I already see one spot I should use number 3. It's the mouth on this guy, but I never do what I should. I'm so dang sick of rain I could spit. I think we're done, though, here in Gatesville, Texas. And I am a little bummed that okay, I'll show you the Yellowstone one. I drew it out pretty big, but believe it or not, some of the detail was still a little bit too small. I had to draw it out differently. Really only in little areas, but I mean nothing that would totally mess up the picture. But I can go ahead and come back to it in the future. But that's I don't know the exact dimensions of this, but if this is 2 feet by 3 feet, then this is almost 2 feet by way less. Close to 2 feet by 2 feet. But yeah, there was mainly areas in the horse's hair, and the detail down here is where either way. But also on the website, I found when I was tracing this, I found some spots that I need to alter it on the website. So do not order this pattern yet because I have to make some changes to it. It's Steve Neal, and I should have done that already, but if you don't mind hiding this one for now until I can get a new, I don't remember which number it is, Stagnabbit. You don't worry about it. I'll just, if you're watching this, don't order this pattern yet. I got to make some changes. Not very many, but a few. Because if I can print something out this large and it's still too small to cut, then that's pretty ridiculous. That's what I get for being a detail freak. Hopefully you have not been waiting here long, Mr. Meadows.
About 30 minutes.
Seriously? No, I haven't even been going that long. 20. Good to see you here. Sorry I haven't been in touch.
Well, I thought you went into hibernation.
Part of it was low-grade depression. Part of it just dreary weather crap. And
Yeah.
but I actually got two more Hulk patterns created. They're not on the website yet. And I remembered you said you and one of your grandkids, I think, was into the Hulk.
Yeah, she's. We're doing the first one you did. The one was when you did was like 2 foot tall.
Yeah, almost all of them are 2 feet tall. But yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the very first one. The very first one that you put out.
The front-facing one.
Yeah.
Or the one where he's got his hand out.
Now don't get me to lying, but I know he's front facing. He's standing on his 2 feet, looking square at you.
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, first one.
I'm a bigger fan of the ones where he's doing action poses, so to speak. Hello, right. Jim Brashear. Long time no see.
What's up, Jim?
Hope you're doing all right, sir. John Bradley says it was actually warm 0 today. How's the weather there, John Naves? Oh, they're talking about the weather. It was actually. It's been raining for 3 freaking days, flooding all over. I mean, not like death, dangerous flooding, but oh God, I'm so sick of rain. But the sun's actually peeking out. I don't think we have any more rain until Tuesday.
Well, it came my way.
Well,
I've got it. Yeah, it's been miserable.
Yeah, we got
not cold, but just miserable rain.
Yeah, just poopy poop rain. That's me trying to stay family friendly, of course. But
yeah, let me catch everybody up. I said, hello, everybody. That's my best Rusty Balco, excuse me.
you even messed it up incorrectly.
Yeah, it's okay. I did the best I could. I'm not what you call them guys, like imitations,
impressionists, or
impressionists. Yeah, what
I'm not either. I thought I was till I met you.
Some of you do pretty good.
A couple, I guess. 2 out of 10 ain't bad. I'm gonna. Well, it's good to see you. I was not avoiding you. I just I'm one of these people that somebody writes and it's the middle of the night. I'm afraid of waking them up with the notification of writing back, so I wait, and then sometimes I flat forget.
Well, you got to remember who I am and how I sleep. I stay up most of the night anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I was just awake enough for a couple people that wrote. Herb Hooper wrote asking how I was, and I said getting by, blah blah blah. And Lawrence Aldridge waved at me. I didn't get around to waving back at him because I was multitasking, and I suck at getting back to people. But I appreciate those of y'all that check up on me because, man, for a while there we were doing 1 and 2 live feeds a day. Now I'm barely doing them daily. What's wrong with me?
I don't know, man. Were you doing the Cowboys in front of the barn?
Yeah, the Yellowstone. Believe it or not, I have to.
Oh, okay.
I messed up some of the detail. Some of the detail is way too brittle, and I know that's it's like, yeah, most of it is, but some of the detail was just way too close together, even as large as I printed it out, and it was barely holding on in certain areas, and other areas I just got to do a little altering.
I see.
To fix that. All right. So I'm just gonna start right here in the middle if I can find the pilot hole. But it's good to say. Did you just wake up recently, or am I going to lose you in about an hour?
You might lose me in a couple hours, but it just depends on how things go. We're in the process of ushering kids off to the in-laws, and it's a hassle sometimes.
Oh, I hear you.
And stuff. So we just have to see how it rolls.
Alrighty. Well, let me go ahead and check my tension here.
I'll tell you though, my wife should be a happy lady.
Why is that?
Well, her heat press that she uses to do her shirts with went out on us.
Oh Lord!
And the first time it went out on us, it was the thermal circuit breaker that went out, and we had to replace that. So we went up and found one and got it and did it, and it went out again a day or two back. And so she naturally thought
some of her stuff. So.
Well, she naturally thought that was what the problem was,
yeah.
And didn't look at anything else. And so I didn't either. To tell you the truth, I didn't look either. Hello, John P.A. Cousins. So I went and I looked at it today, and I said that switch is burnt. The terminals are burnt. So I took it off, and I put the ohm meter on it and tested it out. I said this switch is bad. The wires are still good and stuff. So we had to hustle, drive 20 miles one way and 20 miles back, basically, to get a switch that would maybe work. And we get back, and I just got done putting it in, and she was able to press the shirt with no arcing over, so it didn't blow the switch.
That's
So I think
good.
it's going to be fine. I told her, I said, "You're lucky you got a man that can work with electronics."
See, I can't. It's like, we need a new one.
Well,
Because
that's
I
that's it. Well, that's in another shell. She went ahead and ordered one a little bit bigger than what she had, and because we weren't sure if this was going to work, and so she's asking me now, "You think I should cancel the order?" I said, "It's your money. I don't care what you do." So I think she's going to keep it.
well, the reason why it concerns me is because she reduced the amount of stuff she'd been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things she decided to keep doing goes out.
Yeah,
pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We had to have it working. She's making a shirt for a lady to show her how the colors look on a light colored shirt, and then the machine goes out, and she couldn't send it to her because she didn't have a way to press it.
Heck, blab it.
Yeah, we got it.
Good seeing you, Jim Brashears. Hopefully you'll come back. Been a while. Okay. Everybody.
What's for dinner, Jim?
Reminds me of that Grandpa Jones. What's for dinner or supper? I don't remember what they called it, but yeah. Can y'all, everybody?
Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?
Yeah.
Let me go get my drink. I'll be right back.
All right. Can everybody see all right? Austin Man says, I can't stay today as much as I would like to. Just have too much on. I might check back later if you're still going. Well, I'll try to keep going. All right. We're going to start right here in the middle. Oh. Y'all bear with me. Hopefully the picture's clear for everybody. Using number 5 flat-ended spirals by Flying Dutchman. Stack cutting 2 1/4-inch maple. Using a 22-inch Hegner. I think that's all the questions that I usually get.
I'm back.
Howdy.
I forgot to mute myself.
That's okay. I don't know if you were here when I said it, but I only have this pattern available in a PDF at this size. I think I lost on an old hard drive the original where I had it drawn out as a pattern, non-PDF.
No, I did not hear that.
I may have to redesign it on paper in order to sell it, but it will be an expensive pattern because it's a combination of 2 patterns.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, the riders are available and the barn is available, but not together.
Okay. Lawrence asked me a question to me. Do you have to use a computer with the CNC machine? And have you checked out the Genmitsu 3018? I have not checked that out. Didn't even know it was available or what it is or anything. But to answer the question, you really do not have to use a computer with a CNC machine. Most everybody does, but there are machines out there that you can use what's called a Masto. It's kind of like a computer, but it's not. And you do your thing in the house, get your pattern on a a thumb drive and bring it out and stick it into the Masso, and you don't even use the computer for that way.
But dang.
But you can check out the Masso. It's Masso, and I can't remember their company name, but.
And I thought it required a computer because CNC stands for computer numeric control. Not everybody knows that.
Yeah, that's right. This is specifically made for CNC work, and it mimics what the computer would be.
But that is the only purpose.
Yeah, you don't have to have a computer out there. You can use a Masso if you wanted to check that out.
All right. Now, Dow, didn't Dave Gatton come out with a bigger, or is it not even his?
The new machine he just got?
Yeah, it's not even a Dave Gatton.
Yeah, it's his.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, he bought that, and this Saturday he's supposed to tell everybody why he bought it, what he's going to use it for, and that kind of thing.
Now, if he bought it, then it wasn't a Dave Gatton.
No, that was not. That was a production model that he bought from another company. You're welcome, Lawrence. Hope that helps. You can look that up on Google, Masso, and put CNC in there, and you should be able to find it.
Now, as far as anybody that might want to buy both of these, both the pattern of the riders and the burn, you can't just slap one on top of the other. You have to. I had to make changes to the background around the riders so you could see them in front of the barn. Because technically the riders are going through water, or most of them are. Some of them are, like the one I'm working on right now.
Did you do a hole check on this one?
What do you mean a hole check?
Pilot hole count?
Yeah, 778. Yeah. Now that's assuming I didn't miss any.
I was going to guess 779.
Sure you are. Well, you should have been here earlier then, dagnabbit.
I didn't even know you'd messaged me. I had my phone turned up, but I didn't hear it.
That's right. There's a couple spots, in the tree detail. Right here. I drilled the pilot hole in the area I was supposed to keep, so I just altered it by drawing it.
Oh,
that didn't change the amount of pilot holes, but it changed the placement of them.
Yeah. That's one thing about the way you do it, drawing it on the board like that.
Uh-huh.
I'd be doggone sure I'd miss some that way. Then putting the paper down, it's already marked for you. You just know where to cut them because you got the gray cutouts already colored in.
Well, only because it didn't look right in that area. That's the only reason I colored that area, and that was process of elimination. Mimi Lord has joined us, and John Cousin says he was going to guess 777. Sure you were, John.
My God, we would have split it, John. That's all right with me.
Well,
I'll
of course,
2.5 patterns, and you can have the other 2.5.
Matter of fact, John Cousins is the one that won.
Really?
Yep. Herb Hoover came in second. Leonard Davis came in third. They were about 52 and 58 off. John Cousins was 48 off.
What did John guess?
He guessed 826. Now, if I would have said closest without going over, he wouldn't have won, but I don't do it that way.
Right.
Herb Hoover guessed 830, and Leonard Davis guessed 712. So if we'd gone closest without going over, Leonard Davis would have won. Sorry, Leonard.
Sorry, Leonard.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I think Lawrence is talking to you. Oh, man, I forgot to do one of the barn cuts. There's a straight line coming off of his hat here.
I'm not sure which one you were looking at, Lawrence. If you want to, you can send me a link on it. If we're friends on Facebook, I can't remember now. I think we are. John's asking, he said you might have missed his other message. He says, can he share the patterns with Herb and Leonard?
If you want to. But I can still only give away 5 at a time. Well, wait.
Hold on.
You mean donate some of your giveaway, or
Yeah.
get them and then give them? Because I'd rather you don't get them and give them. But if you want to give away some of your, like you pick one and they pick one, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's the only sharing I would like, rather than getting them.
Yes, donate, he said.
Yeah, if you're talking about donate a certain amount for them to pick, sure. Okay, now
that's something that he could get with you on after the show if you want, right?
He doesn't even have to get with me now that it's clarified, but yeah.
Okay.
But he can get with me if he wants to pick any. But this is one of those few things you don't have to worry about the straight lines, because it's an old rustic barn. So, just stay close to the line. If not, oh well, it's just a gap in the boards. The biggest cut on this is going to be the roof of the barn.
Right.
Or the shadow under the roof of the barn. Yeah.
John said he'd never give away any of your patterns.
And I didn't think he would. I just didn't want other viewers to think that's what he meant. So.
Right.
And if I didn't miss any pilot holes, I'll be very surprised. I wish you and I would get on the same dang sleeping schedule.
Oh, now John's being funny. Said, I hear that, Russ. He says, Charles wants to get with me. If you hear what he tells me, I think it's not, that ain't the case.
So when did you go to sleep and wake up?
Oh boy, I've been up. I stayed up most of the night last night, and had to be up early because I had a grandkid to take to school. And I could do that, and I get back, and I try to go to sleep because I have to pick her up at 1:30 or 2 o'clock. By God, I didn't get any sleep.
You just thought you was retired.
Yeah, I'm working more now than I did on the job, but just stuff I really don't want to do.
I woke up at 5 something in the morning and went back to bed. I don't remember when, and slept till, what the hell did I sleep till 4:30, and here I am.
23andMe says I've got 99 new relatives that have joined.
Really? I think they're just trying to get you to pay for a higher membership.
I'm not going to do that. They tell me every so often 99 new members, or you've got 100 new DNA relatives. And they're always somebody, third, fifth cousin, twice removed, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky to find out who the dad was, and if I got any more brothers and sisters that I don't know about.
Yeah, we found a new rich uncle you need to connect with. I always thought it was funny in storylines where you hear about an old rich uncle that left somebody a bunch of money. I have a bunch of aunts and uncles, but they got their own kids.
Right.
And a couple of them aren't hurting for money.
Yeah, Herb Hooper says, I would if I could. I really appreciate it, but they're yours. I guess he's talking to John about the patterns.
Well,
those three can get together and decide what they want to do.
Well, Herb still has 5 coming to him. He just asked me to pick them, and I don't know what the heck to pick. So, and it's not because I don't want to help Herb. I just don't want to guess wrong.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Herb's always asking for, what are we going to get into today? I say, well, you can get into that website and find the patterns. Though I ain't going to say that much because I still have 5 that I ain't picked yet.
Yeah.
I just like winning.
Me too. I'm a winner. Okay, that's 2 cuts. We're done. Thank you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, folks.
Now, there are some pretty darn large cuts when we come down to the horses here in shadow, but since I'm starting in the middle.
Yeah. Lawrence talked about the Chinese model, the CNC question. I'm not going to, for my own purposes, I don't want anything like that. I want a real CNC, that I can do with as I need. And I don't think that the ones that you're talking about are compatible with my needs. So it may be with yours.
Now, I should be using a number 3 here, but I'm not going to. It's just a little bitty mouth detail. I'll just try to get as close as I can.
Lawrence is asking how many cowboys are in this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 and 2 in the booth. That's Charles and me, so that's 12.
And there might be 7 more in the barn. I have no idea.
John says that he tries to avoid anything made in China. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I ordered my wife, back when Baby Yoda was big and popular when he first came out, I ordered something that came from China, and it just got here 2 days ago. I ordered it December 11th.
The slow boat.
Yeah, and then once we got it, I said, babe, should we open this? I'm being stereotypically paranoid about anything coming from China.
Yeah.
And what irks me is that, it was
everything
falsely advertised. It said 7 inches tall. It was lucky to be 5 inches tall. It looks like an old grandpappy Baby Yoda. It's like total crap.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what I get for ordering from China. False advertising.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the thing can easily fit in your hand. It was supposed to be 7 inches tall, but yeah, okay. Didn't look anything like it did in the ad, and I can't really complain.
Okay, John, Herb is going to decline the offer of the donated pattern. So
that's pretty bad when you can't even give away patterns. And I know what Herb means. I'm just trying to get money.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I needed to say that, but I guess.
No, it's all right. It says it in the chat. It's public. I mean, up to him, but yeah.
It appears that John P.A. Cousins is going to have to take his own patterns.
Darn the luck.
Yeah, they're so big that everybody's scared to do them.
You don't have to take them, John. I mean, you wouldn't be the first person that hasn't.
No, I'm talking about Leonard Davis said thanks for the offer, but he has not tried anything remotely that big or difficult. It's not difficult.
For what it's worth, Leonard, not everything on the website this intense.
Right.
If you want to look around, find out how many John Cousins is donating to you. But there's something for everybody, hopefully. Well,
Herb, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say except for the very beginner, but, I could be wrong.
Herb said you already sent him the patterns that he asked for.
Oh, well, then that's how well I pay attention.
Lawrence says the ones in the barn sleeping.
Yeah. I'm so glad to be rid of this rain. But it says it's supposed to start up again Tuesday, but that's a pretty advanced forecast, so I don't know how much weight I'll hold to it. Even if I'm not doing anything outside, it's just depressing. Go ahead.
Yeah, you want to read John Nave's comment in your Yoda voice.
China, but I won't. Coronavirus, I do not want. And I don't know if you listened to Glenn Beck, but this morning he was talking about some people from the World Health Organization who are saying that they want to change the name of it because Asians, they think it's making fun of Asians. But coronavirus doesn't sound like Asian speak.
It does not.
That's ridiculous.
That's either Mexican beer or it's the ring around the sun, by God.
Yes, sir. And I saw some kind of article somewhere where some school is trying to change their grading system so it doesn't marginalize kids or something a little more friendly. Like, come on.
They're dumbing down the school system.
I was doing that a long time ago. The fact that I graduated shows that.
My cousin, he's in Florida. He grew up in Florida. He's a little bit, 2 years older than me, 2-3 years older than I am, but he graduated high school, but as he says, they just socially promoted him.
Yeah.
Because
Like
if
we've
they
had
did it
enough.
on his actual work, he wouldn't have been able to pass. But he was a good football player.
Yeah, I almost didn't graduate because of geometry.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I
Well,
actually think my math teacher gave me a couple points.
we weren't. That wasn't required when I graduated. I took it in college, but it wasn't required for me to graduate.
Dude, when I got out of high school, I was not wanting to get into college. I had my fill of school. I
Oh,
hated school.
I didn't mind school at all, but I didn't go to college right away. I went in the Navy first and came in after that.
Well, some
I
people debate whether or not college is needed. I guess if you're going for a specific field, maybe, but in general, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the debate. I'm not saying it's not needed. I definitely didn't want it.
Right. It's not for everybody. But I've been seeing these ads on Facebook here recently that was talking about the trades. They need more trades people.
Yep.
Welders and other trade crafts out there now that they're going to be shortages of them in the next 5 years. They don't have enough and
Yeah.
stuff. So, trade schools are a good option.
Well, I need to be teaching some of that stuff in high school. Like, do they even still have wood shop in schools? High schools?
You know what? A lot of those programs, when the money's in a crunch, they get cut off.
Idiots. They need to get rid of math. I'm kidding.
The school that I graduated from, we had 14 in my graduating class. Very small. And
was that right after school got invented?
Not really. No, not really. I graduated high school in '74.
I was 4 years old.
Yeah, see there, I told you I'm an old fella. But they are supposed to have all that stuff for us to be able to take up auto shop and woodworking and stuff. They didn't get it in, but before I graduated.
Yeah.
They have that kind of stuff now, and they even have less students there now than they did.
Good Lordy.
The hurricane wiped them out. Hurricane Harvey and Ike and those that came on this side, Rita, basically almost wiped the town out.
Wow.
And so a lot of people hadn't come back. So, and it was already small to begin with.
One of the schools I was at in Germany had a shop class, and the teacher was missing 3 fingers. And now that it's easy to say, well, I'm not going to trust the guy that's missing 3 fingers. But now that I'm an adult, you think, he knows the hard way.
He knows the hard way what not to do.
Yeah, so he can teach that. But, it was always fun to joke about why would you hire a shop teacher that's missing fingers? Of course, I wasn't into woodworking back then, so I didn't take it as seriously.
Yeah. Herb says I could have been dishonest, but it's not my nature. Could have got 5 more patterns out of you.
That would have been all right. But I appreciate your honesty.
John Cousins says there's no wood shop up where he's at. And John Nave's asking John Cousins if you don't have a shop, John. John has a shop. And Lawrence says they just pushed him through school, made promises I kept, but should have dropped out. Yeah. Well, there's that, but
way back when, people dropped out just to help their families survive.
Right. A lot of times that was the case.
Well, I've never done anything for my family to help them survive. I got mad when I had to go pull weeds.
Well, yeah.
But I was always thinking, my dad would have me pulling weeds. I said, dang it, it's your yard. I was saying that to myself, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think that's the only reason he had me, so he had somebody to pull weeds.
Yeah, that's what you think when you're that young, but it's actually a character builder.
Yeah.
You don't think of it that way.
I even had to wash his truck. Yeah, it's a responsibility and earning your keep, blah, blah, bull stank.
Lawrence says they need to cut out football and baseball and basketball and start VOTEC classes. Well, Lawrence, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I like my football. I love my high school football.
And it adds a little bit of fun to school.
It does. Friday Night Lights in Texas is a real thing, buddy. Believe me.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm a big high school football fan.
I was for a while, but
John said he found 4 patterns already that he'd like to cut.
yeah. What are they, John? John Cousins or somebody else?
John Cousins. We got a lot of Johns around here now, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta start the YouTube version of this so I can comment in the chat if I have to. I didn't do that a while ago.
Don't forget to mute it.
Yeah, I thought about that already.
Have you been seeing those people that I missed a pilot hole? 779. Where's my pencil?
There it is.
Ugh, I found it. I just can't get it out without knocking a bunch of stuff on the floor. But I missed a stupid pilot hole.
Lawrence said he went to school mainly for his mom and dad. John Nave says, I know this is getting confusing. That's why I'm starting to have to use the last names, John.
So I just colored that one in to remind me to cut the pilot hole. Okay, so we're at 779. I don't mind having my weird sleeping schedule, but it doesn't do much for live streams.
Yeah, I hear that.
I think that's added to the low grade depression. You know, just like it's 2, 3 in the morning. It's like, oh, what do I do? Blah.
Yeah, there's really nothing to do. There's nothing on TV to watch.
And I've already done pattern live streams. One included the Hulk, and but these I was just doing for the heck of it. But each one of I've done two Hulk patterns, and each one consisted of 4 sheets of paper. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the one that my grandson picked that he wanted to do out of your patterns that I had to show him. And
was it the welcome sign version or just the Hulk?
It was just the Hulk.
Okay, because I have two Hulk welcome signs, with the same designs on top of the word welcome.
I think this was just a Hulk.
I don't know how well it would do as a welcome sign, but yeah, for a while there, anything that would work as a welcome sign, I did it.
I'm gonna have to find you a couple of your other ones, Spider-Man. I know I've got one, but I think you worked that one last one you worked on your live. I don't think I have that particular one, and I kind of like to put that a door topper right above the door, if it would fit. That'd be a good pattern for a door topper, I think.
Yeah, a long time ago I did a Deadpool door topper. I got the width right, but it was too tall for above a door because there's not a lot. Most doors don't have a lot of room above them.
I know. That's the only thing I'm thinking, and I have to go back and look and see how tall that joker was. Lawrence was telling me that the sports take more money than anything else. Yes, Lawrence, I'm well aware of that. But
it also generates money.
They generate money, and also actually football generates the most money out of everything. But when I said Friday Night Lights in Texas, that's almost a religion down here. I'm serious as I can get.
They make their money off $20 hot dogs. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. They do that if you're going into the Astros game or the Texans football stadium. That's where you play. That's where your money goes. The food is high in there. Yeah, it's raining out there right now, pouring down.
Well, it's finally done here.
I don't think y'all can hear it. You might be able to hear my dog snoring. She hadn't got started real good yet, but she's loud.
I remember we heard her one time.
Oh, yeah, she's really loud.
Yeah, I can sort of hear the rain.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty good. It's the thing because I was going to go out in the shop and work on that Paris scene that I'm working on, and I spent a lot of time out there last night. It's looking real good, but there comes the rain again. Well, that screws me up. I ain't walking out there in the rain just to get in there and work at that thing.
You know, at one time I had 21 of these, and I can't find some of them, so that's another reason I need to clean my shop. These
Your
clamps.
adapters, you can't find the adapters?
Well, they're clamps, but
Clamps, I mean, yeah.
I had 21 at one time, and I have 12 right now. So that means I got a bunch of them laying on the floor amongst all this trash. So I
You
really
know what that means, huh? You get your magnet and go out there and dig them out.
well, I need to clean the shop, or I'll have you do it. I'm just kidding.
You know what? It's kind of funny. I just said about that magnet because my the brushes went out in my router, and I had to order some more brushes. And they finally come in, and every time that I have to change those brushes, I forget not to take one of the screws out because you have a hard time getting that the brush the spring that holds the brush in, and it's so small and it's so tight on there that if it pops off, that thing is going to fly.
Yeah.
I call it the Jesus Christ spring because every time it flies, I said Jesus Christ, and I dropped that son of a gun 5 times trying to get it put back on the right way, and it was really starting to tick me off.
That never happened.
I was thinking something else, but I said Jesus Christ. But on the 6th time I picked it up, I had to use my I have a little magnetic picker upper. I got at Harbor Freight, and I would put that and run it out, and I'd find it. Well, the last time that I dropped that joker, I could not find that. I moved everything. I run that magnet all over everything. Could not find it. I said, crap. So I took my other router and pulled that whole system out and took that whole unit and stuck it in the router that was messing up. And I put it back together. And something told me to look underneath the CNC table. I have that CNC sitting on another table, and I have a gap in there, and that damn spring bounced off my fat belly and didn't land on the floor that last time. It landed right on the table, and I said, "God dang!" I stuck my hand in there and picked it up. I said, "You dirty rat!"
That's funny.
Oh Lord! And I put it back together, and I stuck it in the new router that I had that took the other part out of, and both of them are working. But that's my story. There's a way to do that without taking and I do it every time. I forget because I don't do it that often. And
I have a couple magnets. One of them looks like a
yeah.
One of them looks like a hockey puck on a stick. Another one rolls around. But yeah,
right.
I actually have a couple magnets, 2 or 3 magnets.
I've got a hockey puck on a stick, and I've got one that rolls on the ground. I got one of those outside.
I really need to clean this dang shop. I wish I could say that's what I'd been doing the last couple of days, but nope.
Well, I haven't done mine either, and it's in bad shape.
Well, when I clean my shop, it involves putting stuff outside to make room to clean, and I couldn't do that because of the stupid rain.
Right, that's what I can't do that now if I had to.
As soon as you dropped the ball, Mac Pierce has joined us. Hello, Mac.
Well, I was busy talking. You have to give me a minute.
I'm just messing with you. Mac, for giggles, we've already had a winner, but if you want to guess how many cuts there are.
And then guess whatever they are, and then add one to it because he found one.
Yep. And I'm not broken any blades yet.
No, I'm sorry, Lawrence. You had to sit by yourself at school. Shouldn't be that way.
I got
All right.
tired.
Max says 250 plus 1. He was way off.
778 plus 1, 779.
Not close again. Leonard David said, not even close.
To my knowledge, that's the most cuts we've ever had.
It might be.
I know. I think we had one that was 600 something. What was the last project I did?
How many was your Spider-Man? I don't remember now.
You got to go back and watch.
I ain't giving you another view, by God.
Dang, Nick. Now, if I get frames made for these, I have to get 2 different size frames because the bottom one's slightly less up and down. I don't know why, but it didn't get cut it right at 2 feet. Top piece exactly 2 feet.
I came in late on this. I didn't hear if you were stack cutting.
Yeah, stack cutting too.
Okay.
You got a notification.
I did. You heard that, didn't you?
Vibrated, yes, sir.
Let's see. Looks like you were coming online with a live feed is what it said.
Just now?
I think that's the one I got. I don't see anything else.
John Nave, if it makes you feel any better, I was bullied my whole life up until my sophomore year in high school. And the only thing that ended it was either I just changed enough where they liked me or the bullies moved away. I don't know. I was bullied so dang much growing up. Lord, that's another reason I hated school. No kid should have to be afraid to go to school. Dang it.
That's true.
But that's why I react so harshly towards seeing bullying, which is funny because some people call Trump a bully, but as far as when he was campaigning, he said the things that needed to be said. But yeah, I rolled my eyes a lot when he was like, he'd make fun of Rand Paul or whatever. I don't even know why you're here. You don't even have enough votes. I don't support everything he does, but 99% of it. Anywho, I just lost 20 subscribers right there.
I could feel him trampling on my head trying to get out of here.
Trampling on my head. Yeah, this is
it seems like quite a few people are hitting on the bullying and teasing in school.
Yeah, it's way too rampant. And now, if I ever caught, I say all my kids. I have one biological daughter and 2 stepdaughters. But if any of them ever bullied, I'd be livid because I know how it felt. I think my oldest stepdaughter probably did it a couple times, but my daughter was bullied. I don't like a bully.
I can't say that I was bullied to the degree that it seems like people are talking and what you hear about nowadays. We always got into fights and stuff like that, but it was not so much bullying as we just had one guy in town that nobody could whip.
Yeah.
He was just a big old boy. And it seemed that, I always did something that would piss him off, and we'd have to have a go at it. And I don't think I ever did get the best of him. I don't think anybody ever did.
Well, my parents were always the kind that said, well, if you pop him in the nose one time real hard, he'll stop. It's like, it's easier said than done for somebody that doesn't have it in them to fight.
Yeah. Well, when I graduated high school, I was 5'7" and 135 pounds.
Yeah.
And this guy was only about 5'10", 5'9" or 10, but he was 250 pounds, and he was fast. I couldn't outrun him anyway. Just some guy was one that he had everything except he wasn't smart, but he was fast. And if you want to try to hit him and run, you may as well not even bother.
Yeah.
He was quick for the man that size. He was fast.
I did a lot of fights with my brother. I would hit him and run. It's not because I'm afraid of my brother. It's like well, you're the chicken. You run after you hit people. I said it's because I don't want to stand around and get hit.
Yeah, my brothers I have two other brothers and a sister, and I'm the oldest. And my brother next to me, he's a couple years younger, and we would fight all the time growing up. And he's actually a better wrestler than I am. But if I popped him, I could take care of the fight and be done. But we were wrestling. My stepdad raised us from a young age, and he had us in the car one day. We were going into the city and to get something, and we were fighting all the way there in the back seat of the car. He just was listening to it. He'd probably getting a case of the red, but he really didn't say nothing. And on the way back, we was still going at it, and my brother got me down in the back seat on the floorboards of the car, and he was laying on top of me, and I couldn't get up.
And your parents.
So we get home. My dad pulls into the driveway, gets out, turns the car off, gets out, and shuts the door. And my brother hollers up at him, "You ain't gonna help me get out of this car?" He said, "You're on top of him. You get out." My brother said, "Well, if I let him up, he'll beat the crap out of me." He said, "Well, that's your problem." So after a little while, he had to get up. He had enough. He let me out, and it never went no further than that.
My brother and I, the way we fought, no matter how mad we were, this happened all but one time. We always avoided hitting each other in the back, stomach, or face, and you know where. And but there was one time he broke the rules. Whoever wins among us is usually whoever's in the worst mood.
Yeah. Well, John Nave, I'm glad you didn't do it either. I'm glad you're happy and that you're with us.
Yeah.
And Lawrence the same way.
I may be treading dangerous territory when I talk about religion, but you hear about if you commit suicide, you're guaranteed to go to hell. But the way I've
always heard that too.
The way I see it is if things are so bad on earth that you feel the need to kill yourself, I don't think God would. Now, I'm not, debating. I just like to think, as much mental pain as you're going through, I don't think God would subject you to a lifetime of hell or the eternity in hell where you were already suffering on earth. I mean, people say, your body's your temple, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not minimizing that. I just, the God I believe in doesn't.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. That's the only sin that God couldn't forgive.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but if you're a devout religious person, then you might believe that.
I wouldn't say I'm devout.
Right. So that's for each person to decide for themselves, I think. Chris Nealon's in the house. You know that?
Yes, sir. He came back. Jim Brum says that's what 2x4s are for. They always pick on smaller kids, never on bigger kids. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm not by any means a quote unquote Bible thumper. I mean, I believe, but
right.
I don't, I'm not your picture perfect Christian. But just like, and this is something I shouldn't talk about publicly, but my dad is an atheist, but he's not like a Satan worshiper. He just doesn't believe.
Right.
But my dad's a good guy in general, so I can't picture him going to hell for eternity because, he's a good guy, Okay, he doesn't believe, and, a Christian will tell you, well, that means he's going to hell, blah, blah, blah. But I just refuse to believe he'd go to hell being a good guy all his life. I don't know. I shouldn't get into the topic. Anyway, but it's too late for that, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is this picture clear enough for everybody?
It is for me.
I don't even know if y'all can see where I've been cutting, can you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You can see where I'm cutting?
Yeah. I can see when you're cutting, I can see it just fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm pointing. I can see just a little
Mhm.
bit of that blade. Okay, good.
Look. Look.
Hold on.
Look. All right, folks, we're going to get back on. I don't know why I talk about these controversial topics, but I know why I do, because y'all are friends of mine, and I'm just discussing. I'm not debating. But I can't think of anybody on earth that with a sane mind that thinks bullying is okay. It makes you tough. No, it doesn't. It makes you an idiot. Just saying. That's why I think a good boss doesn't talk down to you, because there's ways of getting people to do what you want as a boss without talking down to them. And I got talked down to a lot from bosses. And for some reason, when I stood up to them, I wasn't employed anymore. Can you imagine that?
Leonard Davis said, "I'm in trouble now, huh?" Well, it could be. I always think that my middle name is Danger, because I live in. I'm in danger all the time. I'm in trouble.
I was working. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
I was just saying, I was working at a Pizza Hut once, and the dang manager of the store, he was a replacement, and he made fun of me for being a dishwasher. I said, "What kind of boss makes fun of an employee for something he hired him for?"
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was a little miffed at that time, and of course, I lost that job. No, actually, I think I left the job. But where's another one I lost because of my temper was Pep Boys. I was one of the best installers. That was the term they had for people that did tires and batteries. I know that doesn't require a degree,
Mm-hmm.
but I was about to get promoted. But this little punk kid was my boss, at least of that department. And one thing if I'm busting my butt and I get accused of being lazy, I go off, and I went off, and I lost my job. And the manager of the store wanted to promote me, but he couldn't because policy said if you're fired, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate being talked down to.
I think we've all had our little spats like that, and it's tough because before I got to the post office, I worked oil field,
Yeah.
and I was a crane operator to load boats and stuff out with drilling rig supplies and pipe and stuff like that. And I had a run-in with one of the expediters. She was a lady, and she wasn't the right kind of lady. But I tell you that this is not a nice lady.
Yeah.
And she got a little smart with me, and it kind of ticked me off because I know how she got her job. And
who she knows?
Huh?
By who she knows, kind of thing.
It's what comes after who she knows.
Okay.
It's one of those kinds. She was one of them kind of girls, and so as soon as the next downsizing came up, my name was on the list because I told her exactly what the hell I thought. And then the big boss got on the phone and started quizzing me over it after I got done with her. I said, "I've said all I need to say." And when the next downsizing came, that was it for me. And 6 months later, they're calling me back to come back to work, and the same big boss was still there. And I asked him, I said, is that girl still there? And he said, "No, she's gone." And I said, "I don't want no hard feelings between us because of that." And he said, "No hard feelings." So I went back to work for him and had no problems ever since. But I have no problem with anybody moving up, getting promoted based on their ability.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. If they have the experience and the ability to handle the job, I'm all for it.
That's why I don't care.
Male or female, I really don't care. But this one was not that way.
Yeah, that's why I
Yes.
didn't believe in affirmative action. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not even remotely racist, but I think, I get diversity in the workforce, but you need to be qualified for, for a position. You don't get.
Yeah, I feel that way as well.
And by the way, Steve Nealon and Randy Boschin have joined us. And yes, Chris Nealon, I am cutting. I have been cutting. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw Hard Neil Media was here, but I didn't have a chance to say anything about it.
Well, that one was on you. You did most of the
No,
talking.
you were yapping before that, and I couldn't
Stank.
get a word in edgewise. And when I finally did, I got on a roll there, and I couldn't stop myself.
We'll share the blame.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hashtag babbling co-host. Sorry.
Did you read Chris Leland? He said he just printed your koala pattern, letter size. Enter recommendations for blade size. I suck at scrolling, but we'll give it a go.
I'll let the chat and Russ answer that because I do everything billboard size, so I'm the wrong person to ask. And cousin says dag blabbit.
Yeah, there you go. Chris, are you gonna cut that with spiral or straight pins with only paper size? You could do it with straight edge.
I very rarely do page size. I think the last one I did was Baby Yoda. That was a little bigger than page size, 15 inches, I think.
Oh yeah. If you're going to do it at a 1/4 inch piece of Baltic birch or something like that, then spirals, a 2/0 or a 3 at that size would probably be fine.
Yep.
If you're going to use flat blades, straight blades, I would, for my own purposes, number 1s would probably be fine.
Yeah, I admire people that use straight and spirals. I can't use a straight to save my life.
Yeah, I still haven't gone back to look at that video because I wasn't on the show the day you did it.
Yeah.
And I missed out on. Yeah, I need to go back and find that thing and look at it. I need a good laugh.
You'll definitely get that. Actually, let me search for it real quick, and then I'll put it in the chat there. It was on one of the shows.
I'll go look it up.
Well, I think it's just called Me Trying Flat Blade. It was on a show, but it's season what, episode what, I don't know. But I think if you type in Me Trying a Flat Blade for the first time or something like that, or something like that. And John
Cousin said he would use an 0 or a 1 spiral. Yeah, that would probably be fine for that size of cutout. Chris said he probably will be using spirals, maybe. But yeah, a 1 or a 2/0 probably be perfect for that. If it's 1/4 inch you're cutting.
Hey, I just searched my own channel and couldn't find it. At least not under those terms. So, well, it'll be a while before I can get back to it. Yeah, like John Nave was there, I believe. And he says a long time ago. In a galaxy far away. It was a long time ago. I believe Russ Clarity was there on the panel. I don't remember. Well, he was my co-host, I believe.
Was it that far back?
Yep, it was a long time ago.
I think Tracy Keaton was trying to tell me when it was, and I could have sworn she said June of last year, but who knows?
It's definitely longer than that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Ron Norris said he was there.
Hello, Ron Norris. Yeah, if one of y'all can help me find that, just tell me what it is, season what, episode what, and I'll search that way. And I'll post it in the chat. Or I'll post
Scroll on, you must.
Scroll on, you must.
There you go. I like that one.
Well, thank you. I'm glad one of my 20,000 voices worked for you.
I'll start calling you Mel Blanc.
I thought for sure me typing in Me Trying Flat Blades for the first time was going to find it, but it didn't. Of course, maybe it was looking under the live ones. I don't know.
Chris said he's gonna cut quarter inch and probably a spirals. He's gonna give it a shot.
Cool.
It should be fine. Just don't get an itch and don't sneeze.
Or turn off the saw before you do.
John Nay says, "Find you did not." Oops, I was on pause. Chris said.
Well, now I want to find that stupid video, dagnabbit. Y'all bear with me.
It's not, y'all see what y'all did to him? Y'all took him off track.
That's all right. Stuff happens. I'm gonna
This is
find
going
that
to be at
video.
least four or 5 or 6 live feeds to get this thing done.
Yeah, probably. Lat.
Uh-oh. It was when
Okay.
you had the regular show.
It's Scrolling with Charlie, season 1, episode 5. Let me click
Yeah,
on it.
Steve already put it in the
Oh,
chat there.
that was 2 years ago. Wow.
Concentrate you must, Charles.
Concentrate, you must.
There you go.
Derail, you mustn't. What size t-shirt do you wear?
Who?
You.
Oh, crap. I don't know.
Well, what?
Usually a 2X. Why?
Because I want to get you one for being my co-host. Don't say I don't need to because I'm going to anyway. As soon as the money's there, I'm going to send you one, but you got to pick one.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, dude. And John is saying, yeah, we distracted you.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just about to say that, but you
I know.
distracted yourself, huh?
Yeah, I know I don't need to, but I want to. So you
Are
can
you trying to get me to wear it on the Saturday night show?
no, you know.
I already thought about it.
I mean, if you want the scroll on one, there's a picture version, there's a text version, which is the one I like. I'm not a fan of my own picture. But there's also I survived a Charles during live stream. There's another one that says Dag Blevitt. You know, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I won't be offended if you don't want one, but don't do it out of politeness because I want to get you one. Babbling Monkey.
I don't require any recompense.
I know you don't require it, but I want to gift you one if I have the money.
Hashtag babbling monkeys off the rails.
Well,
Hey, wait a minute. He put plural on monkeys, by God.
yeah.
Russ, you can do a strip tease with a multitude of layered shirts. Sorry there, John Cousins. That ain't gonna work.
Every shirt on my site you could be wearing. You do.
Y'all letting this long hair go to your head. Y'all better cut that out.
By God. That's funny right there. But
There's the love, John Nave said.
I do want to give you one, so pick one. Not right this second, unless you want to. But yeah, there's a bunch of t-shirts over there. Just pick one, Dag Blevitt.
I'll take a look, but it's not necessary.
I know, but I'm going to do it anyway if the money's there.
Are the caps the same price? Or which one's more expensive?
I don't recall.
Okay, I'll take a look.
At the risk of sounding like I'm a spammer, go to the website.
I did once. I'll do it again.
Yeah, the cap, dude. That's one way to wear on the Saturday night show because they can see your face. Ha ha.
I know.
Yeah, get you a cap, by God. Just don't
Mac
ask.
Pierce,
pole
just don't
dance,
ask him to pole dance.
That's
Well,
funny.
you know, you'll never have that problem, Mac. You'll
I
never
hurt
have to.
myself trying-
You will never have to unsee that because you won't see it the first time.
I tried to twerk once and I was bedridden for 3 days. I'm kidding.
I would be if I tried it with my back.
I'm trying not to get too graphic because it is a family-friendly show, but I remember when I was growing up, we liked girls with, firm and blah, blah, blah. But these girls that do all this twerking crap, there's all kinds of stuff rippling that shouldn't be moving that much.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
Arno
true.
Media posted a link. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So
Look
if you
to
want to run over there and tell me what you want, if I got the money, I'll buy it for you. John Nave says he's picturing this, so now he needs therapy. He didn't say the therapy part.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that might be coming next.
Well, since I just planted the idea there. Mac Pierce says, amen, Charles. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels that way. I don't even remember what he's talking about.
Oh, he's
Oh,
just
about
going to
the
ask him
girls.
to pole dance, and John Nave says, "What are you asking, Mac?" He says, "Not a thing, John." Laugh out loud. Now John says, "Now I'm picturing this."
And Mac Pierce, I believe he's talking about the firm versus flat. Okay. And I'm not body shaming. I'm saying if you're going to shake it,
Well, by God, if you're going to shake it and you don't see anything move, what's the use of shaking it?
I can't answer that for family friendly reasons.
Sometimes we'll get you off track. By God, almost had you.
Ah.
John Nave says, hashtag therapy for life. Yeah.
hmm
Oh.
But I will praise, although it took me whining, Mac Pierce is the one that recently that has ordered a cap and a coffee mug. But we had way back when we had, oh God, don't tell me who it is. Kim McCrory ordered a T-shirt, and Ron Buchanan ordered a T-shirt. I don't know if anybody's ordered a cap yet, except for Mac Pierce, a cap and a coffee cup. Now, there's a broader variety as far as sayings and stuff for T-shirts than there are caps, but I'm more of a cap wearer than a T-shirt wearer because I like pockets. Can't have too many caps, I don't think.
Now, you say you can't have too many caps, but I'm going to have to disagree with you a little bit on that. On one of my old routes before I retired, probably about 20 years ago, there was an old gentleman that was married. And they lived. They were up in age. He was a cap collector. He had baseball caps, like all kinds.
Yeah.
He had them all in his house, stacked up nice and neat, sometimes 5 or 6 in depth, tall,
Wow.
all through his house. His whole garage was lined with shelving units that had nothing but baseball caps.
Well, I only have about 30. I lost about 3 in the fire, but
Man, this guy had thousands of caps. I mean, literally thousands. And I don't think he had any that were the same.
okay, I think you can have too many caps.
This feller, when he passed away, I don't know what they did with his caps, because his wife was still living, and their kids were gone. They were grown and gone. I mean, this joker had, thousands. That's what the lady told me. He's got thousands of caps all over the house, and not just one cap set in a spot. It was caps stacked on top of caps all the way down. And she said not one of them, no two were alike.
Now, I may have mistaken Chris Nealon for Kim McCrory. Maybe Chris Nealon that ordered a shirt. He said I can still almost fit into my shirt. Maybe he was the one that ordered the shirt. Are you the one that got seen in a store wearing it? And there was, so you posted a picture or something. Mac Pierce, you got to post a picture on Facebook or message me a picture of you holding that coffee cup. By God. And wearing the cap when you get it. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. You're derailing, Russ.
That's quite all right. I've lost train of what I was thinking. Oh, talking about the guy with the caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to all the caps after, but they sold the house, so they had to do something with the caps because the other people didn't want them.
Well, usually I would think somebody selling their house would take all their stuff with them, but maybe I'm wrong.
That lady didn't want all them caps. It wasn't her thing. It was his.
Yeah. Oh,
she definitely didn't want to see any more of them caps. She had them caps in her mind for years.
Did he pass away or divorce?
Yeah. Yeah, he passed away natural causes. He was an older feller.
Well, you hear about those people that say, my biggest fear is that when I die, my wife's going to sell all my tools for what she thinks I paid for them.
Yeah.
Hello, Dennis.
What Den?
Lawrence Alders is having weather issues. He keeps losing his feed. Appreciate you being here, Lawrence. Hopefully,
Good night, Lawrence.
And I finally got the clock on the laptop set correctly. All I had to do was look for clock and set the time. Well, automatic anyway.
Dennis said, hello, Charles.
Howdy do. The reason why we're not working on the Yellowstone one I was going to work on is that I found mistakes in the pattern and some of it's just too dang small. I'll eventually do it because I've already drawn it on the wood. But yeah. Steve Nealon, do we have any Dag Blabbit caps? I don't remember. Might just be t-shirt. Because I know I survived a Charles during live stream. Probably would be too crowded on a hat. Not that those are flying off the shelf, but yeah, I think on a hat it would be too crowded. I still have my scroll-on cap that from way back. Luckily, that wasn't in the fire. I don't know where the hell it is. I think it's back behind me somewhere.
Charles, send Russ the thong.
I do not think so.
Mac Pierce, you got to get this out of your head, man.
But I will say, if you order a scroll-on cap, it will be cleaner than this. But that's a scroll-on cap.
Yeah.
That's how well I take care of my caps. And I just twisted all my cords because I spun around in my chair here.
John Brandy says, you're not the only one scrolling tonight. I'm listening to you, Charles, and I'm scrolling too. And John Cousin said, I'm trying to as well. I hope that's the scrolling you're talking about, John.
Oh, and Steve Nealon says there's a cup. What I missed it. It scrolled
There's
out.
a couple of hats and a cuffed beanie so far.
With a crap, something just turned off. That's a scary sound.
It's John Nave says Mac has a thing for a thong.
A thing for a thong.
Thing thong.
Ding dong.
Oh yeah. Max says, John, as long as it's on a woman, yes. I do.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
I'm a little biased myself.
Harnell says, yes, with Dag Blabbit.
Sweet. That sounds like something you might wear, but you know, I won't pick for you.
I will go take a look, Charles. Like I said, it ain't necessary.
Yeah, it is. I'll even let you shop while you're sitting there. I was going to do it anyway, buddy. I don't need your permission.
Yeah, I'd already thought about a shirt or a ball cap and probably get kicked off the show.
Here I am trying to give you one. You was going to buy one. Dad, I just took money out of my pocket.
Yes, you sure did. I was already thinking about it. Been thinking about it for a good week now.
Well, for what it's worth, I can't think about paying the bills. Of course, here I am talking about giving one away, but are you shopping yet?
No, I'm not shopping yet.
Well, dagnabbit.
Have you got your computer yet?
My laptop, yes. That's what I'm using.
Oh, you're using a new one?
Yeah, the last 2 or 3. That's why the live feeds haven't died.
All right, great.
Yay. Thank you to Michael Chipser.
Yeah, I told Michael Chipser, I said, I sent you a sale. I said, do I get a referral fee? He just started laughing. No. Dang it.
Yeah, I got to meet his wife. He had to step out for whatever reason. That was the day he flipped his truck.
Right.
Luckily,
Yeah.
him and his kids are okay. Thank God.
Yeah. He had a spate of really bad luck that week, man.
Yeah, and his brother came over and he got rear-ended waiting.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Good Lord, I was there. I got lucky. Ron Norris says, I've already shopped no deer in the woods patterns yet. Dag blabbit. John Cousin says, I was thinking about getting a shirt and hat as well. Now I have free patterns, so I have no excuse. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. I'd read the chat if it there and finally come back to me.
Well, if anybody that's been thinking about it, if you want to buy them, it helps. Just saying. I give away free patterns every time I start that pattern project. But Russ Meadows and Mac Pierce were the reason they helped me pay off the laptop, and here he is.
I'm so glad you got it.
Me too. I thought about.
I thought about y'all the other day. My wife brought home a bag of. I told her to get some Cocoa Krispies for cereal for breakfast, and she gets in the store and she thought I meant Cocoa Puffs, so she brings home a big old bag of Cocoa Puffs. It's the Malt-O-Meal version. It's a little different, and so I looked at that and. First thing I thought of that there is Penelope pellets. I said, "Where is Josh Roby when I need him?" That's my Penelope pellets.
Now, this is not.
I had a whole bag full of them.
This is not going to be a family-friendly drawing, but I've been thinking about a Penelope drawing I wanted to do for you. I might as well do it here. This is from Penelope to you.
Oh boy.
I don't know how you got blamed for Penelope, but yeah.
I don't either.
I'm so used to drawing scroll saw patterns, I'm trying not to make a...
John Dave, oh God, Penelope.
It's not going to be real family friendly, but it's not smut. It's just somebody with a sense of humor. Am I drawing this on camera? No.
Yes, you certainly are. Dennis is asking, Charles, how many people are in that brain of yours?
I don't know. I'm afraid to count.
When he goes to counting, he's always got one in there that when he says 5, the other one says 4. Throws him off count every time. He can never count them all.
Yeah.
Y'all seeing an example of Charles's artistry,
if you want to call it
artistic talent. Max says, "Good question, Dennis."
Now, this isn't going to be a masterpiece by any means, but I should probably get the camera in closer.
Look at it.
Got a little sling. This is not anatomically correct, just so we're throwing it out there. That's a cast.
Oh my goodness. Arm in a sling, got a cast on the leg. What?
This is the non-family friendly part.
Yeah, I see that right there. Oh.
That's Penelope's message to you.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Is there a way you can send that to me? Take a picture of it and send it to me.
All right.
Message it to me. That's where I'll have it. And believe it or not, I haven't seen that black rabbit here in the last week or so. I don't know what happened to that rascal.
I'm sorry if anybody's offended by that, but get a sense of humor. It wouldn't bother me none.
Max says, Charles, that's really good. That's a cool drawing. And John says, Penelope broke her arm and leg.
Yeah.
Chris
Well,
says, oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Is her ribs are finally healing.
Russ, that could be your new picture for Facebook.
Well, I need to spend more time on it. Okay, I sent it to you, Russ.
All right, great.
There it goes. I heard it. All right. Sorry if that offended anybody. I'm only partially sorry because that's tame compared to most crap that can offend people.
I got it. That's funny. John Name says, I would love to get a picture. Would love to paint that for you guys.
Well, should we do a version of when she got squished? Oh. Let's do that. I know this ain't the drawing with Charlie show, but right now it is. Again, this isn't, masterpiece. It's just me drawing or doodling. We'll call it that. I can't believe I'm doing this. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Am I still on? No, we're sort of there.
Hartnell Media. Steve, what's next? The Penelope shirt collection? Max says he's a little offended you don't draw on here more. You're really good at it.
Oh, thank you. I didn't stop and think about how small the hand was, so I had to fix things there.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure it stays in camera range. I don't know why watch this be one of the thumbnail choices for the...
Oh, Ron says, I got here late, so hold the pattern up so I can see what you're cutting. I think he'll probably do that after he gets through drawing.
Well, I don't have the pattern printed out. It's printed out onto the wood. It's
right. Dennis tells us the intern workings of Charles's mind.
Okay, I'm going to do the rest of this off camera so I can surprise you with it.
Chris Nealon says, oh, nope, not sidetracked at all.
Nope, we never sidetrack here.
No. You sidetrack or you're off the rails sometimes.
Yeah.
After that, you're scrolling. There's only 3 things that can happen.
Sometimes I got to laugh at myself. This is only going to make sense to a handful of people.
Mac Pierce says, no, I'm not sidetracked, derailed.
Yeah.
Jeff Robinson asks, is that a frog?
It's a rabbit. I can't believe I'm taking the time to do this, but that's what I do.
John says, hashtag the drawing with Charles hour.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Why am I taking the time out of the show to do this? I don't know.
I don't either. You can't stop yourself now.
No. It's not as good as I wanted it to be, but it's there.
Dennis said, tickets, please. John asked me a question. He says, kind of off topic, but can you create a wooden sculpture with a CNC 4 or 5 axis? Yeah, you could. You're talking about a full 3D, or is front and back? Oh, look at there.
That's in there. Chocolate chips. Okay. And that's how it all started.
That's in pellets, by God.
Oh, wait, we gotta add a Christmas tree for Russ.
Oh.
All right, there's your Christmas tree. All right. You want that picture too?
Yeah, send that to me too.
That
That's
wasn't a very
funny.
good drawing, but okay, we're gonna get back to scrolling. I promise.
Well, everybody that's on the show would know what that is.
Yeah. Well, that's a regular anyway.
Yeah.
I should have done better, but yeah. Oh well. When I take my time, I draw better than that. But I not take my time except for scrolling. All right, you should have it now, sir. Or shortly. All right. The stuff we do on this show, Jeff Robinson says, Russ, will there be any scroll saw vendors at the Houston show this year?
Well, you were at the last one. Do you remember?
Squeak, squeak. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so apparently y'all are here for scrolling, ain't you? Okay, so let's try that.
Well, Pegasus was there. I mean, what Pegasus?
Bear butt.
What the hell is that other company?
Seiko?
No, the one you were affiliated with for Bearwood.
Yep.
Bearwood had stuff there for scroll saw. They didn't have scroll saws per se, I don't think.
No, we were using scroll saws though.
Right. And scroll saw vendors themselves, Seiko was the one that comes to mind. I don't remember seeing anybody else, but there may have been.
DeWalt was there, but as a
DeWalt was there, but
necessarily.
there was their tools. I don't
Yeah.
remember being a scroll saw, but it could have been.
Mac Fear says we're just here for the gyrations, Charles. All right. Well, I don't know why I derailed and drawed. Really? Drew and draw.
I like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You sent that last one to me?
Yes,
I
sir.
got it. I got
Okay. I don't know why I did that, but it's fun. I'm going to get 20 thumbs down. Ooh, that's very offensive.
it.
Why would you hurt a rabbit like that? And PETA.
Well, if you'd have seen what happened to that rabbit in the first one, by God.
Yeah. It's a drawing.
That's cool.
I wish I had a much more diverse crane that I could just pick any specific angle. Because if I could, y'all would be seeing this at the same angle I am. And
Right.
just as close, but then I'd be bumping my head on the crane constantly.
You can't adapt that one to maneuver from side.
Well, my brain doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
A normal person could probably adapt this one. But the fella who made these cranes for me isn't speaking to me, so I couldn't get him to. Well, let me ask y'all this. Okay, one of the problems I'm having, why I keep having to use clamps. There's wing nuts and there's hex head bolts, but the hex head bolts are turning in the wood. Would a lock nut stop that, or do I need some kind of? I don't know because there's not a washer or anything. Would a lock washer keep that from spinning inside the wood?
John Cousins, you got an answer for that?
Kind of hard to explain.
Yeah. A lock washer would probably help.
Well, okay, I have one of the cranes over here, but I don't know. Okay, let me pull it out.
I just lost the questions. I'll have to wait for the chat to come back.
Hey, blab it. Okay, this is the way the let me back the camera up, of course.
Okay. This is the way the cranes look. This part is on the ceiling with the 2 blocks on it. Then you have the crane coming off of it, and you got this part where the camera's mounted to. Now, what I'm referring to is there's a wing nut on the back side of this, and when
Bring it down a little bit. I can't see it.
oh, sorry.
Okay.
And when I'm tightening the wing nut on the back of this, now this one may not do it because it hasn't been used yet, but that nut is, or the hex head of that bolt is dug into the wood a little bit and it's spinning. How can I prevent that from spinning when I'm tightening the wing nut on the bottom side? Would a lock washer work for that? This is an exact copy of the crane that I'm using right now.
Oh, you can use a tap-in nut with the lugs that would hold the wood.
Tap-in nut with the lugs. I have no idea what that means.
It's one of those kind of it's got
Spikes?
It's got lugs on it, spikes on it that dig into the wood. It won't let it turn.
And John, Jeff Robbins says he'd use and the comment just disappeared. He said he would use thread inside the wood.
Threaded insert.
I'm not good enough for that. I need something I can just slip over the bolt there. But
a washer and a nut would probably help, but you can always use a wrench on it to hold it if you had to.
Yeah, I try to avoid having to go through that much trouble. Then again, the clamps is kind of adding a lot of trouble. John Cousins, if you can link me to what you're talking about on Amazon, so maybe I can find
T-nut. I know what T-nuts are. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to necessarily be on Amazon. If you can send me pictures of what you're talking about and what they're called to my messenger, then I will look for them, because I'm sick of having to use clamps on these dang cranes. Yeah, this one hadn't been used yet. I have another one hanging over my table saw for some reason. And I have another one in my office, which is where I do the pattern live streams. But yeah, Russ Clarity made me these. I did pay for them. And they this part slides along this part that I'm sliding at the top is attached to the ceiling. This is the rest of it's the crane that slides back and forth and it pivots, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John Cousins, if you don't mind helping me, or anybody that finds this stuff, if you all don't mind sending me pictures and the name of them on Facebook Messenger, I'd appreciate that. And they're saying, they're talking about epoxy. I hadn't thought of that, because I could still be using the wing nut, right?
I just put it in Amazon for T-nuts, and I'm waiting for it to come up.
Okay. Now those, well, I don't see how those work, because they don't necessarily stick into the wood. Oh, I guess if it starts to stick into the wood, because of the shape of it, it'll catch.
Right. Those are not T-nuts, are they have the barbs on it.
Okay.
They stick into the wood and they don't turn.
Yeah,
I use them on
scoreboards
for CNC machines, so you can tighten down your clamps.
Wouldn't the hex head try to spin on that, though, since it's a smooth surface, or am I missing the mark?
No, it ain't going to turn.
Okay, well, I need to find some of those.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any money right now, but yeah, I need to do that.
I'm still looking for them, and it hadn't showed me to yet. But
well, Mac Pierce sent me an Amazon link. That's $9.30. I don't know if I have that much.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have an Ace Hardware near me. It's probably cheaper too. I'm still being held for review. Anyway,
I bought some from my local Big Blue box store.
Lowe's.
And like a few of them, but they were expensive there. You go to a place like McMaster Car, which is where Dave Gatton gets all his T-nuts from, and you can buy a bag of 50 or 100 of them jokers for a way lot less than what you would pay
Wow.
at the big block store.
Well, also, didn't people are talking about epoxy, and we don't have a Menards. Big
Yeah, no
Blue
Menards.
is Lowe's, Johnny Cousins.
Yeah, that's Big Blue.
I do have an Ace Hardware near me. Carriage Bolt would also help some. Yes, sir. Probably would. Yeah, so hopefully I got enough change in my change jar to get these things, because I'm sick of having to use clamps. Let me take my jacket off. Get a little warm in here. Welcome to Texas. We're actually going to get back to scrolling. This is not all about drawing messed up rabbits and trying to find who's or what's it. Yeah, I never.
Dennis
I
is
wonder-
leaving. He's got to go eat.
Dag nabbit. Now, I wondered if something like that existed, because I pictured something, but I was trying to picture how you could keep that hex head from spinning on that smooth surface of that peanut.
Hmm.
Anywho, let me get in a little bit closer here. Whoops. Clamp. Damn clamp. I'll be so happy.
Leonard Davis said 100 pieces for $8 on Amazon.
Hopefully I have $8.
I have to look at that.
Well, I only need.
Well, yeah. Whenever I looked at it, I ended up paying almost $12 for like 4 or 5 of them
I only need
at the Big Blue store.
I only need about 15, 20. I don't want to do the math right now, but yeah, I need to do that. Okay, so let me. Yeah, I've been, because I'm telling you, what's simple to some people is hello, Scroll Saw Cafe. That would be Mr. Wesley Balco.
Hey, he didn't say it like I said. I put a bunch more O's on my hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
I got to find him, send him a link if he's so inclined. On the Facebook. But not if he's had a barrel of margaritas.
Yeah, we've already been side reeled a while ago.
Okay, Wes, let the chat know when you're there waiting to be let in. That way Russ can let me know. Anyway, he just wrote probably saying, can't make it, Sparky. No, Leonard Davis sent me a link. And
Jeff says he keeps a bin of 1/4 threaded inserts in his stock to make jigs. That would be what you probably need.
Now those are 100 pieces for $7.99. Dagnabbit idea.
He says might be a bit. Laundry night and his clothes are in the wash.
It's not a problem. Okay, let me get back to scrolling, because apparently that might be why people are here. If you want to see more messed up rabbits, I'm kidding. Don't encourage me. Let's take a drink.
Scrolling naked, Wes, according to John Cousins.
Oh, because he's doing
He
laundry.
said no margaritas, but the clothes did come off.
Oh, God almighty.
Christina says he can mail you a few of the peanuts.
Is that my audio that was making noise, or yours?
I don't know if it was mine. Did you hear me tell you that Chris can mail you a few? Peanuts?
You're welcome to, Chris, but I'm hopefully an Ace Hardware has one near me. I already owe you, Chris Nealon, dagnabbit.
Ace Hardware, why don't you ask Wes if they have them?
And by the way, Chris Nealon was the one that ordered pizza that night. I was whining about it. I don't know if you knew about that, Russ. Everybody's talking about pizza out in the chat, and I said, okay, just saying, my address is in the description of all my project videos. And he actually ordered the pizza, had it sent. My wife said, I signed for it, so let me know. So
wow.
I don't get arrested, because
Well,
he paid for it and had it delivered, and that was funny.
That's awful nice of him. I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, because there's pizzahut.com, and you can pay for it that way. And then that was pretty cool. Okay. Mac Pierce is trying so hard. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, I have no idea where Jamie Page is, but all right. Okay, let's get back on this scrolling thing.
I'm probably gonna have to cut off for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And
that means you won't be back. Just say it.
Oh, I'll be back. The child that we had left has to come back tonight, so I'm trying to see what's going on with that.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll be back, sir. I appreciate you being here.
All right, sir. I'll talk to y'all in a bit.
All righty, be good.
Bye.
John Nave says, okay, I just got my connection back, and Wes was talking about taking his clothes off. Yeah, that's how this goes. It was very good, Chris. Okay, let's get back to scrolling. Russ is no longer with us. He's not dead. He's just not here. Well, we only have Pizza Hut and Little Caesars, and I love the heck out of Pizza Hut. We have something called Studebaker's Pizza too, but I don't think they're 24, or I don't think they're open as late. And I had to finish that John Wayne, by God. I believe that's the one we were working on when you sent it. Okay, raise your hand if y'all want me to scroll. All right. Actually getting a little warm in here, believe it or not. All right. Now, if a piece could break, it could happen right now. Okay, it didn't break. Yay. If somebody's messaging me on Facebook and I can't get there. Because I have my notification. I hear the sound, but I have the little notification turned off that would show me part of the sentence. And plus, I'm looking at the scroll saw of the project. Yeah, I can believe it. Okay. Chris Nealon showing me his saw. Very pretty. And yes, it was his saw. Don't start any rumors. I broke a blade. That never happens. It's so quiet without Russ on the panel or somebody on the panel. I might as well start back at the top of the cut because I always prefer to push the piece away from me when I'm cutting. And this is one of the big cuts on here. I might have did the tension a little too tight there. Let me try to put it back in there and see if it changes any. Yeah, it might break. I think I missed some comments here. Where am I at? Wow, I missed a few. Jeff Robinson says he loves Sam's Club pizza. John Bradley says, if you break a piece, how do you fix it? Well, if you want to keep it, you would just use a little bit of glue, I would imagine. And Wes wants to clear it up, says he's wearing jammies while he's doing laundry. And Jeff Robinson says, Clara, are you coming to the Carver show in Grapevine, Texas? I didn't even know Clara was in here. I assume he's talking to Clara Gideon, but if you're watching, Clara, howdy. Excuse me. Leonard Davis says, tea tonight. Wes says, Pepsi. And he also says, give me a few minutes. You never show my beautiful face anymore. Anyhow. All right, let's get back on this. I'm plumb sorry, Wes, but some people might be here for the scrolling part. Hell, I don't even show my own face if we're being honest. I show your face more than mine. And for those keeping up, my face is still swollen. All that crap didn't do anything. Oh, well. As far as I know, I'm not dying, so that's good. Depends on who you ask, I reckon. Now the capacity of this saw is 22 inches and this piece is 24 inches tall. So I won't be able to get all the way to the bottom yet. At least not from above like this. I still have some more single line cuts to cut, so let me save these waste pieces because of the brittle area over there. Excuse me. Chris Nealon says, be back. All right. We got 16 people watching. If anybody has any comments or questions, please feel free to throw them out there. I think the only way I'd ever have like 30 people watching during a live stream was if I was doing some kind of massive giveaway. It would probably help if these live streams weren't hours long either, but oh well. Now, some of these lines here on the barn, I'm wondering if I should bring them down further to fill in that empty space. I could probably get away with that. I don't know. All right. I'm going to try to play with the camera angle here. Make it a little more viewer friendly, hopefully. And of course the clamp's going to come off. I really need to get those stupid T-nuts. That's not going to stay. I don't know if that changed any at all. Okay. I know I did not just snort. Yes, I did. With this much detail, it's not near as hard to find a pilot hole, but usually when I have trouble finding a pilot hole, it's because I'm looking for a specific one, not a pilot hole. So we've gotten lucky so far. Y'all being awful quiet out there. That's why I babble so much. Actually, I babble so much because I'm awake, but still. Unless the lag between YouTube and StreamYard hasn't caught up. But if anybody has any comments or questions, y'all let me know. Hopefully the video quality is good enough that y'all can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, it would kind of be worthless. Mac Pierce says, Cheryl. Oh, sorry, Wes. Howdy, Wes.
No problem, I just got here. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Howdy
I
do.
didn't have to wait.
Let me catch
I
up
didn't
on-
have to wait 10 minutes this time.
Yay! Mac Fair. Well, Mac Fair says, Charles, is the lower part of the barn in the shadow or obscured in some way? If not, then extending the lines might help fill that space. Well, again, first of all, thank you for being here, Wes.
Yes, sir.
Now, the barn was a separate pattern, and then I overlaid another pattern, which is all these riders. And I don't remember how the barn ended up in here, but none of it's in shadow. I just think that's about where it stopped in the barn pattern. So I think I need to extend those lines down just to take out that blank area, because that's about the only blank area in the whole piece besides the sky. My God. How to do, Wes?
Hello, everybody.
You want to tell everybody where they can find you besides
Right.
drinking barrels of margaritas?
No margaritas tonight. I'm sipping on a 2-liter of Pepsi, and right now you can find me in my kitchen, which I don't mingle in here very often. But Scroll Saw Cafe in the great big tiny town of Alvin, Texas, on Facebook and YouTube, and the occasional. I almost said Snapchat, but I do not Snapchat. Instagram.
Yeah, you get a whole bunch of hello Wes's out in the chat.
Sure do. I didn't get this many when I was typing a while ago.
Yeah, apparently people like you more than me, just saying. And I drew them a dang sarcastic rabbit even. And they like you more than me.
I'll take it.
All right.
After I took my public shaming this morning, so
Public shaming.
yes.
Would you do something controversial?
I did the no, and I got caught, and I had to apologize. So,
What'd you do?
remember the Kathy Wise pattern I showed you the other day on camera?
Yeah.
I didn't really purchase that pattern. Me and Piper sat down and we real quick whipped one out and cut it. I didn't post any pictures of it, but I was talking about it, and Miss Kathy called me out on it. So I tucked my tail between my legs, and I took my shaming, and I apologize. So
I'm confused. You saying you got the pattern from somebody else kind of thing?
no, I used. Well, let me start over. I'll fill everybody in here. I showed the picture that she posted of her finished piece to Piper. Piper said, "Oh, I want one of those for my room," and like the wonderful dad I am, said, "All right, let's draw one out." We looked at her picture for reference, drew it out, and went to cutting. And I know better, but I did it.
Okay,
And
so
I
you
took
gave
my
her credit.
public shaming. I mean, yes. I mean,
you gave her
there's been
credit for the
hundreds
design,
of
but you didn't
things.
pay for it. In other words.
Correct.
Okay.
So, I mean, if I look at something and I'm like, oh, I can draw this, but I know I did not design it originally, of course, I'm not going to try to take credit for it. I'll give, even if I don't like you, I'll give you credit for it if you're the one that did it. But, no, like I said, I didn't post pictures of it or anything. I made a comment on somebody else's post about working on it. And she did not like that. And she called me out publicly for it. So I thought,
So she knew that you hadn't paid for the pattern?
Yeah, because I'm not in the club thing. It was one of those that's released to the club members only thing. And, yeah, all right. If you're going to call me out in public, I'll apologize to you in public. So
yeah. And I've had to do that for people, too. I called out a couple of people in public and ended up apologizing to them. Because I tend to react with emotion. And I know that's apples and oranges compared to what you're talking about. But it's definitely more embarrassing when you get called out publicly, though. But I've been guilty of calling others out in public.
Luckily, I'm still friends with one of them.
Well, I mean, it was one of those that I did it innocently, but everybody knows I have my kids 4 days a month. So
Yeah.
if I can just real quick whip something out and get started on it, but you know,
Well, you
it is
own
what
up.
it is.
It doesn't make it right, but you did own up to it. So
Right, and that's what I said on the post. Like, I got to be the man that I'm trying to teach my kids right from wrong. I got to practice what I preach, and here's the deal: I'll throw the thing in the piece and be completely done with it, and try to make it as right as I can. You know, it was done in innocence, but at the same time, I tried to cheat a little bit, and
well, I've had people do that with my patterns all God for many years. That's why I post them slightly blurry and with my name plastered over it. But yeah,
right.
Are you and Kathy Wise good, or is it pretty much addressed and dealt with kind of thing? Or make it
It was kind of a here's what she had to say, and I said what I had to say, and nothing else has been said. So I don't know if we're really good or not at this point. I mean, I tried to make it as right as I can,
yeah.
but like I said, to me, integrity is more important than trying to have a few good minutes with my kids.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, it's wrong. So
Yes. Well, you're not sugarcoating it, so that's worthy of something.
yeah,
You knowed it was wrong.
I knowed it was wrong, and try to explain that to your 11-year-old child, like, hey, we're going to throw this away because it's not really for us to be doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll go another route with it. So
That one broke because I had the tension too high, and I knew that, and I'm just too lazy to undo it. I'm not ignoring what you say. Was this on your personal profile or in a group or what?
no, it was on a post in the Intarsia Nut group.
Oh,
I
Intarsia
think
Nuts.
it's Intarsia Nuts. I think that's the one it was. Which
Yeah,
it was on a good friend's post, and if I was trying to hide what I did, I wouldn't have ever even made a comment about it. So I mean,
Yeah. I've caught people, screen capturing my stuff or tracing, blah blah blah. When I first got into scrolling, I did the same thing. I'm not going to deny it. I don't condone it, but when I first got into scrolling, I didn't realize, as much its importance as hurting a designer's sales kind of thing.
right.
So I changed as I did it longer. But hopefully everything's all right now. We live and we learn.
That's it.
How are my kids doing? Okay, my niece and nephew, fine.
They're doing well. Softball and baseball has started again.
Oh, Lord. Even with all this dang rain.
As far as just tryouts and practices at this point.
All right.
Saturday the 29th will be opening day for softball. So
All right.
I'm excited and ready for that again.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Dennis has rejoined us. Well, I want some of the slugger pictures of your children's.
Yeah. So, her dress did get here last night.
Her dress?
I
When did
haven't-
they start wearing dresses for softball?
Now, you done forgot.
Oh, the
Last we
daddy-daughter.
talked, the daddy-daughter date night.
Right. That's cool.
Bought my daughter's first date dress, so
She's a pretty little
it got
thing.
here yesterday.
She's going to
Oh,
be
it's a really pretty dress.
Well, I was referring to your daughter, but I mean that respectfully. I mean, you're going to have to be beating
Oh.
guys off with a stick.
Oh, I know she is. Dadgummit. 12 going on 21 already, it feels like.
And I'm not saying this with any kind of humor behind it or any hidden message. My daughter's a lesbian, so I don't have to worry about guys. But and ironically, and my daughter's 21, by the way. Ironically, the girl she's with, they're actually engaged, and the girl she's with was actually a stepdaughter of a guy I used to hang out with for years.
Oh, yeah?
Small world.
That'd be.
My oldest stepdaughter, I'm not a big fan of her boyfriend, but yeah, stuff happens.
Anywho, when are you gonna bring my kids back to see me? Okay, my niece and nephew.
Yeah, someday we'll get them back up there.
Okay. Without getting too detailed, do you remember part of what we did for me to get that wood?
Yes, sir.
It has been discovered,
Oh yeah.
and I'm a little worried.
Oh.
That's going to sound fishier to the public right now. I guess what I'm asking is if you can think of any backup ideas for a deal, I'd appreciate it because it could get nasty. I mean, the person doesn't know specifics, but they think a company is to blame, and she might be pursuing it, and I don't want that to get tangled, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
But I'm not what they call an Indian giver. I just
Yes, sir.
I should have waited to do this privately, but I always forget what I'm talking about during live feeds.
Yeah, collateral's collateral, buddy.
Well, yeah, I didn't know it was collateral, but and there's nothing nefarious going on, folks. It's just respecting privacy of individuals is why I'm being so secretive. Yeah. And that picture you sent me was very adorable. And no, folks, don't start rumors.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, I'm sitting here talking in code and crap. Everybody's like, well, what about us? And only of us have this.
Can we scroll so now?
Luckily, I've been scrolling while I was talking, I think. And Dennis has joined us, by the way.
So does Dad have a big gun?
All
He's
right, I
got
wonder if
several big guns. I just saw that comment. I assume we're talking about the daughter again.
Yeah. I never really, I mean, my daughter used to date guys, but one of those guys since then decided to become a girl.
Oh.
But I never had to go after anybody with a gun. You may need to scroll a gun.
The rumors start themselves.
On my streams, yes, sir. And half the time, I'm the reason they start. That's why whenever I think something can start a rumor, I say, it's a joke.
I'm going to mute my mic here in just a second so you don't hear my pot stirring.
Okay. Just for the sake of conversation, is anybody out there that is not a Trump supporter? Who are you voting for? Because I'm curious which. Because I know there's a lot of people to choose from on the Democratic side. So if anybody out there is not a Trump supporter, I'm just curious who you're leaning towards. You don't have to discuss it. I'm just making conversation. I know as far as polls go, Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg are at the top. Then I believe Klobuchar number 3, Warren, and then Biden. I'm not trying to discuss deep down policy crap. I'm just curious who y'all are voting for if it's not Trump. Or who you're leaning towards anyway.
Leonard Davis has not decided. Nick Pierce says we're snooping into. Oh, stupid. Not snooping, stupid, whatever.
Leonard, who are you leaning towards anybody? As far as gaffes, I think Joe Biden's sinking himself. Pete Buttigieg.
I'm gonna say he is not leaning towards anybody because he can't make that decision. Yeah.
Well, I know. He said he hadn't decided, but some people that haven't decided yet are kind of leaning a little ways. But now I'm one of these people. I'll make this very clear. I have nothing against a woman president. I have nothing against a gay president. I have nothing against a black president. But I don't want that to be the reason that somebody votes for somebody. I want it, I'm not saying, you know what I mean? I'm not racist. I'm not anti-woman. I'm not anti-gay. I don't want that to be the reason, because I don't want people to try only vote for somebody to try to make history, to have the first gay president, the first woman president kind of thing. But if that person happens to get the most votes and is qualified, so to speak, then I'm all for it. I don't judge based on gender, race, or sexuality and all that crap. That's just me. Yep. And when it's this quiet in here, Wes is muted. But y'all can't mute me unless you X out. Well, I guess you can mute me. But you can't mute me to the masses unless you hack my YouTube. I would prefer you didn't do that. And Wes, I don't know if you can hear me, but this is another one of those live feeds that was held for review before it even started. That's ridiculous.
I did see that before I got in here.
Okay, nothing about the title was controversial. It said live stream 73, Barn and Writers. Yeah, that's real controversial. I can see why they held it.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible to get a hold of a real person, because I've already written to him about, the ridiculousness of holding these things. John Nave says, we had a woman prime minister, and well, that was fun. Dennis says, you just want the best person for the job. Exactly. John Nave says, how can they hold a stream for review without it even starting? I don't know, but they'll find a way. They don't like me. It's only the second time it's happened.
Well, what number are we? 73?
Yeah.
So it only took 73, but now they know what to expect. So they're just like, just hold it.
Well, they hold them for review every live stream so far. But this is only the second time. Well, I hate to say only, but this is the second time they've held it for review without it even being live yet. It was scheduled 30 minutes ahead of time, and they held it for review. And it's still being held for review. Go figure. Apparently, I keep saying whoever, I think it's algorithm crap, but God, you would think that algorithms, to me, is supposed to learn. And you would think by 73 attempts of trying to hold this for review, and then they approve it. Hello, algorithm, you want to learn that, this channel is probably safe, depending on who you talk to. Maybe the algorithm computer is into rabbits. I don't know. We did a little bit. Hello, Kim McCrory. Leonard Davis says, from Massachusetts, and consider Bill Weld is the best governor we've had in my lifetime. And Tom Steyer, I am unenrolled, and he can vote in either primary. I believe Steyer just dropped out or is thinking about it, didn't he? Isn't he? Hello, Kim McCrory. Yeah, I heard a rumor that he was either out or he was considering getting out.
I couldn't even tell you who's running. I don't keep up with it.
Now, when I was growing up, younger, I haven't grown up yet, but I never understood how people could listen to news talk radio and follow politics and crap, and now I follow all that very closely.
And I used to argue that, and don't take this to mean anything other than what I'm saying. I used to think, Obama was not the first black president. He was the first mixed race president. But then the more research I've done, people that are mixed race are often referred to as black. So, and I wasn't opposed to that. But some people out there will tell you if you didn't like Obama, it's because you're a racist. No.
Yeah. Don't tell me why I don't like somebody.
Yeah, I know why I don't like people. I We can hear every swallow you take.
Good. I want you to know I'm enjoying that Pepsi.
Yeah, you took 2 swallows just then.
It's about 2.5. I missed the third one.
John A says we need to sick Bubba on him, by God. He didn't say by God. That's a Charlieism. Charlieism. That's funny right there.
Charlie Wood.
Charlie Wood. You talk crazy.
What's a Charlie word? By God and Butt Nugget and
Dak Blabbit and
that Blabbit. What's the other one that I hear a
there's a
lot?
few. By God, by golly. There's a few of them out there, I expect.
Yeah, there's another one I hear a lot. No, I can't think which one it is.
Did you see the drawings I did?
The drawings?
That's
Did you
Penelope.
draw somebody else's?
That's Penelope, and that's Penelope's response.
Oh. That's why you're being held for review.
Well, they didn't know I was going to do that. I didn't even know I was going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this just kind of happened on the fly. I didn't plan on it.
Oh, boy.
Just never know what's going to happen on these here live streams.
You say that again. Sometimes we even scroll saw.
Yeah. Sometimes we crack up and gyrate and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, my chat's just catching up.
Yeah,
Leonard
glad-
Davis says, all right, have to go. Have a good night. Scroll on, Charles.
Appreciate you being here, sir. Penelope Rock says John Nave. What? Okay, now somehow it just jumped to having both of us on the screen, and I didn't do that. Good old StreamYard. I'm going to see if I'm still being held for review 2.5 hours in, or however long it's been. Still being held for review. That never happens. But I gained a subscriber, so that's good. Hello, Mac Pierce, says Wes. Never mind, that's for you. Oh. Okay. Oh, you're muted. So, okay. Says Wes, they held the video for review before it even started, so everything has been downhill ever since. Dennis says, tickets, please. And a bunch of...
I did see where you posted about being held for review before you even started there.
Anthony Campbell, evening, ladies and gents. And what about me? I'm just kidding. Hello, Anthony Campbell.
Tickets, please.
Yeah, we're working on this piece because I actually found mistakes in my Yellowstone pattern that we were going to work on. Now, I corrected them when I drew it onto the wood, but anybody watching, do not order this pattern because I have to fix some mistakes. But also some of the detail was too crowded, and this is as big as I could print it out for a 2 foot by 4 foot sheet. By the way, Wes, dag blabbit. One of these, I had the stack cut twice, and one of them is about almost 1/4 of an inch narrower than the other. So, for what that's worth, spank whoever cut them. Evening Texans. That's funny right there. Anyway, so I have drawn this out on the wood, but I do have to make some corrections before anybody buys this pattern because there's some areas that were way too brittle. And I know you're saying, well, all your patterns are brittle. Yeah, you know what I mean. They were barely holding on by a sliver. And when I fold up my patterns, I write what the pattern is. Oh, God, you're welcome. So if I ever clean up my shop, I'll have all of them in the same spot.
Someday I need to get back on the Metallica piece that I started and never finished. This one's almost just as big. All right, we have 12 folks watching. If anybody has any comments or questions, throw them on out there. If they're family friendly, I will answer them or respond to them. They do not have to be on topic, and that is not a pilot hole. I've already cut there. Now, Wes, you're muted, but you haven't done a live stream.
Can we drink if you hit a pilot that's not really a pilot?
You can drink if you want to drink.
All right, everybody take a drink.
All right. I think I will. If I can ever find the stupid pilot hole. I haven't had any issues till you got here. I was finding them all just fine.
Now, I know you, and I know me, and you can't tell me you didn't have no issues without me.
I mean, I wasn't having issues finding pilot holes is what I mean. Your audio twerked for a second. Twerked.
Oh, it
but
twerked
I
there.
heard what you said. Now, I've been here, other than the Penelope drawings, I've been here for 2 hours and 41 minutes, and it doesn't look like I've done that much, but I have. Dagnabbit. I was scrolling almost the whole time. Yep. Yep. I don't know about you, Wes, but I had my fill of rain.
Had your fill of rain. I've had plenty of it too.
Yes, sir. Oh, Houston loves the flood. We haven't had dangerous flooding, but we've had flooding. And I cannot clean my shop when it's raining outside, because part of cleaning my shop means putting stuff outside to make room to clean. And slowly but surely bring it back in and putting it where it should go. And wondering why I can't find anything.
Yes, sir.
But it would be nice to walk through my shop without having to contort myself to get around objects. I could have an 80 by 80 shop and still find a way to clutter it. And I even have a loft in this thing. It has plenty of room, but I'm afraid to put stuff up there because I'll forget I have it.
Yes.
Yeah. Randy Bosheen says, difference in width probably from saw curve. Yeah, it probably is, but it's a little wider than that. John Dave says he was thinking the same thing. And Dennis says the range is starting there. Yeah, the other one is a good, almost a quarter of an inch. Probably more like an eighth of an inch. Yeah, it is a bit, little more than the saw curve. So if I ever get a frame made for this, I have to make two different size frames because one of them slightly narrower top to bottom. Because Wes can't cut right at 2 feet. I'm just kidding, Wes. For the most part, you done good. But that one piece, you done butchered all to heck. I'm just messing with you.
Usually that last one in the stack. But
Heck, Nibbit.
when I cut, you got a eighth of an inch. You got to count for every time you cut. And I try to split my 24-inch
Split the difference.
line. Yeah.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, they all match up, so I'm not worried about it. It's only part of the border. Randy Bosheen says, quit whining about rain, or I'll send you some snow.
Oh, yeah.
And cold. Supposed to hit 15 below tonight. Good lordy. And Wes is fired because he's supposed to be reading all the comments.
I am reading comments. I'm just on the
Out
wrong
loud,
page.
Sparky.
I'm on the wrong page. I can't read all of those out loud. I mean. Yeah.
All right.
All right, back to the show here.
Have you heard from Jamie Page in a while?
I have not heard from anybody in a while.
I've written to him over a week ago twice.
I don't know if he has gone into lockdown with all the beer flus going on, and
Well, I've
It's just-
seen him posting, but I don't want to be a whiner and I don't want to stalk him, so I just kind of let it go. I mean, if he wants to respond to me, he can. Just a little worried, wondering if I upset him somehow.
I haven't even seen that. But I tell you, I haven't heard from Lee in a while either.
I haven't either, but that's because we have each other blocked.
Well, I think whenever you two got divorced, he divorced me too. I don't know.
Well, the only reason I divorced him, well, not the only reason, but whenever he gets upset with me or we get in a disagreement, he'll block me out of a bunch of groups, and I think that's petty. So I just said, okay, I'm done with this, and so I blocked.
Well,
I shouldn't be talking about it publicly, but I am, so hello.
well, that was, he always sent me a link to get on the shows with him, and
Yeah.
right there that night y'all had your little thing was the last I've heard from him.
Yeah, and I
He
can
hadn't
get over
even asked me to.
What?
I was going to say, I guess he's still doing the show every week, but
I have no
he
idea.
hadn't invited me. I hadn't seen any posting going on either, though. Heck, he might have blocked me. I don't know.
We've had disagreements before, and we usually get over them. But when I'm getting kicked out of groups and blocked from joining them, then that's just too much. And I shouldn't be talking about it publicly,
yeah.
but I've never been that level of maturity anyway. Anthony Campbell says, me and the wife will be in South Minnesota in 2 weeks. All right. Well, I'm nowhere near there, so I'm upset. You should be coming to Texas if you can handle a shop that smells like an ashtray, and you got to do cartwheels to get around it. By the way, for those just joining, this piece is 2 feet tall by 30.5 inches wide. The bottom one's ever so slightly shorter than 2 feet tall. Close enough. Some good Dr. Pepper. Okay, we're going to get back on it.
I don't know what you did to that bottle, but that sounded funny coming across the audio.
I ain't did a thing to it. Randy Bosheen
Just something.
says I'm right at the South Dakota Minnesota border. And Anthony Campbell says he'll be in San Antonio next week, by God.
San Antonio.
Well, I'm about an hour and a half from Austin, and I guess you're about an hour past that, somewhere in there. I'm not sure.
It's about a 2.5 hour drive from San Antonio up there to your house.
Well, dagglabbit. I don't know if I'm worth that much.
I'd say you are. I made that drive once.
Diddly.
Left your house and went to San Antonio.
That's about where your parents are?
Yes, sir.
My parents are
A little bit down below.
My parents are about 45 miles away. My brother's an hour and a half away now because the booger moved. We haven't seen each other since Christmas. He wanted me to bring him a filing cabinet out of storage, but I wasn't in the mood to get out, and that's not next door, and I didn't have the money for gas.
Anthony said they'll be in Rochester for a while. Then when they get done there, they are going to spend a few days with friends in Worthington.
Nice.
I don't think I know where Worthington is.
Me neither. It may not be in Texas he's talking about.
It may not be in Kansas anymore, Toto.
We talked about Minnesota too, so it might be somewhere. I have no idea.
He might have been going back to the South Dakota up there. Rochester, South Dakota? South Minnesota? Where I got South Dakota out of Minnesota, but,
Well, because he said he was right there on the border. Or that's where Randy Bosheen was.
Oh, I did hear South Dakota a while ago. Yep, there's the comment. South Dakota.
Yeah, I should have made you think you were crazy.
You made me believe it. I already thought it.
You kind of got to, if you're here, you got to be a little bit crazy. But, yeah, that's-
I do have that beautiful white jacket with the really long sleeves.
yep, let you hug yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I do have brads all throughout this thing. I just haven't put any black X's on them. Because last time I did that, the bled through past cut line, so I had to alter the cut so it was gone. Stop yawning. It feels so much later than it is.
I have to go to bed early tonight.
Me too.
I'm going to steel school tomorrow. Go get me some more education.
Steel school?
Yes, sir.
You mean like welding? Or building stuff out of
Oh
steel?
no, not that kind of steel. Like steel the equipment.
I'm so confused. Oh, STIHL.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
that-
Like a chainsaw and a weed eater.
I pronounce that still. So in other words, you're learning to work on steel equipment.
Well, I'm not real sure what I'm going to learn tomorrow yet, but since I am
Oh, it's for
technically
work.
known as I am known as the steel man at Ace Hardware. I'm gonna go get a new cape.
A new cape?
Yeah,
I'm Steel Man.
I don't know when or really how this name came about, but that's what they call me at work, and I keep saying, "Dadgummit, I want a cape." If I got to be the steel man, I want a dadgum orange cape to go with it.
I hear you. By the way, when I get done with this detail on this horse, I'll probably end the live feed because I am getting tired, but that's still quite a few more cuts, so don't y'all cry or nothing. And Chris Nealon's back, and Randy Bosheen says 45 minutes east of me, Wes. The Mayo Clinic is in Rochester, and my wife has several appointments there. I hope she does all right, Anthony. Chris Nealon is back. No, sir, I will not be finishing this one tonight. If I was more awake, we'd do a longer live stream, but I'm not more awake, and but we are going to finish. There's quite a few cuts left in here. I'm not going to do all this dirt crap down here, but anyway, just giving y'all fair warning. Since my former laptop is not here, and it always decided it wanted to end whenever it wanted to end. All right. We've had very good luck finding pellet holes on this one. And we've broken 2 blades.
Oh, and I was just happened to be here for both of them.
Yeah. And Randy Bouchane thinks you're talking about a moonshine still.
That's after 5 o'clock.
And Dennis says, how about a new phone booth? I don't know what the heck that means. I'm confused.
Oh, to go with my cape. I got it. Dadgum, I'm the slow one, and I got that one.
Well, I moved on. I don't pay attention to half of what I say.
I mean, I may be the only one that picked up on the phone booth, but hey.
That's funny.
I do enjoy a little closet wine every once in a while.
Well, you finally came out of the closet?
No, I go in the closet to get the wine.
All right. Your audio's crapping out.
Yeah.
I have no idea
So
what
where
you were trying to say, but it took like 5
in the
minutes.
closet. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Closet wine. That's homemade wine. You make it and you keep it in the closet.
Well, I don't drink wine, so I can't relate. I go to the store and actually buy the stuff.
Man. It's a whole lot quicker and easier to go to the store and buy it, but
Yes, sir.
when you can say, "Hey, sweetheart, come over here and let me show you my wine closet."
Yeah, and if she sees you trying to lead her into a closet, she might run off.
Well, you've obviously thought this ahead further than I have.
I always forget to mop up the blood before I show them the closet, dagnabbit. Okay, that's getting dark there.
That's getting into a dark closet.
Yeah. Now, I won't say it's taken me almost 3 hours to do this guy on the horse, because I did derail for a while doing them drawings and talking and crap, but it's still taking longer than I thought it would. But I am stack cutting, blah, blah, blah.
Speaking of the sweetheart, we spent most of the day together Sunday. Had a real nice visit. She got to meet my favorite sister.
Aww.
Oh, that was nice. I got the sister's approval, so
Yay. You haven't introduced her to the Charlie man yet. You don't want her to know what kind of friends you got.
oh, she knows. She knows.
What does she know? This
She
guy,
knows we. She knows we have gyrated together.
God,
Oh yeah.
and that was when the rumor started.
Randy says, "I'm going to be like the Maytag repairman. Still, it's good equipment. Doesn't break down.
Yeah.
Got a wall full of it in my shop. I've got one of the trimmers, the stringline trimmers. I've had almost 3 years, and I have done zero maintenance on it. I put gas in it, and I run it dry on my yard. I put it back in the shop. It might sit a month or two before I run it again."
Well, I'm almost afraid to ask, what does she know about me?
Well, I told you she knows we gyrated together.
Well, besides the rumor crap.
She knows. That's not a rumor.
No, you did the gyrate, and I just laughed about it.
She even knows I've spent a few nights with you.
Good God, man. Come on now.
She knows I've touched your soul.
Son. He has spent the night here, but not in the same room. Just throwing that out there. Take a speed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's stop that rumor.
I've even
But
had
we have cuddled a little.
Dag, blab it. No more margaritas.
Oh, don't cut me off. You can't cut me off. You don't know where I get my margaritas.
I don't even know where you live. Hell, I know, the town, but that's about it.
Oh, tickles, please. Oh, tickets.
Well, that's a hell of a rumor starter. Right?
I gotta get a bigger screen so I can read these comments.
Tickle me, please. That's funny right there. Tickles, please. Really?
I've
That's funny.
got it, folks. I've got a bigger screen.
Yeah.
That just kind of went along there. Sorry. I'll try to do better on the comments.
Wasn't Bearwoods going to help you get a computer or internet or something?
Yeah, once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
But
But he never says
I'm
he'll
not-
do something, doesn't do it.
well, I can't even blame all that on him. I haven't. I haven't been where I could endeavor in everything he wanted me to either. So it's mutual.
Shared blame. Really?
And everybody drinks.
2 millimeters away from finishing that cut, and then it broke. Poopy poop.
That's the way it always works for me.
Yeah, so. Big blabbit.
I get to where I dread that last quarter inch of every cut I make. Us Texas boys, we measure in inches, not millimeters.
Stop it. Hello, Patrick.
Just got my connection back. Here's Wes talking about tickles.
Well, don't get me involved.
Every time he chimes in, we've got something off the wall going here.
Well, that one's on you. I think the last two have been on you.
I think I should just leave this alone. I don't think we need to kind of bring the two together and say there was some naked tickles going on.
God almighty, man. God, I can't recover from that.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're kidding, and I'm still troubled.
I promise I had pajama pants on, but all my working clothes are in the washing machine.
He's not referring to me and him, just saying. Stop that rumor. Googly moogly.
Patrick has joined us.
Yeah, I acknowledged that about 20 minutes ago. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll explain this to John so he's kind of a little more understanding of our craziness here.
Your craziness, I'm quite
we
sure.
were not really being tickled. I just have a small screen that I'm trying to read comments, and we have our conductor asking for tickets, not tickles.
God help me. Good lordy.
Now he's saying he's going to pee himself.
I haven't got to that point yet.
Mike Pierce says, "Too late. Stop it, Charles."
Or too late to stop it, yeah. Train's off the rails again.
Here we go. Tickets, please.
Chris Nealon says, after looking for half an hour, I found my tote of squirrel saw blades, 4 packs of Pegasus spiral, 2 modified geometry, and a power tray, a Juniper tray, and a crap load of Seiko brand, various sizes. May actually get something done. Sweet. And Dennis says, "You're beyond help, Charles." Well, thank you. I'm the one being mature tonight, and it's Wes being a butt nugget, and I'm the one getting called out. Okay.
That's because they expect it from me now. Tickets, please. Get tickets.
It's very rare that I'm not the one derailing, although I did do the Penelope drawings.
Yeah.
don't even know what you're doing, but I'm going to say behave yourself.
I am.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm responding to the other one. The other chat.
When you say the other chat, what are you referring to?
The private chat.
Oh, that's the one I want to see.
Oh, not the.
Not the private chat between me and you. You're referring to that woman in your life.
Yes, sir.
That's the chat I want to see. No offense to the chatters.
No, can't share everything with you, buddy.
Are y'all talking about Jesus and stuff?
Yes, we are.
I believe that is about as much as I believe I'll be done with this during this live stream.
Well, I take offense. Or I should say, I resemble that.
Remark, yep.
We've had Mac talk about a thong, Wes talking about tickles. What's next?
I was hoping you wouldn't read that out loud, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm kidding.
A thong, that's a shoe, Charles. That's a shoe.
I call them flip-flops.
So do I.
I am wearing a thong right now, and that is it.
Oh, yeah.
Therapy for everyone. And that's when I lost 80 subscribers, Your Honor.
Get your tickets.
Yeah, the theme song for the show should be Crazy Train. But it's copyrighted. Blah, blah.
But we can sing karaoke.
Yeah, we've seen how well that did. Have you ever been working on a cut and then had to stop and look and realize which part of the cut was the waist? Because
Only when I'm cutting the Charles Dare pattern.
I'm so focused on the line, sometimes I have to stop and realize which part is the waist, which part isn't. Now, people say we used to be coloring in your designs. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just sometimes when I'm focused too much on a line. Never mind. If you have to explain it. Let me figure out where the capacity of this saw is going to hit.
Mr. Woodin says, I'm glad I'm way over here in Washington, far, 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 far away from you guys.
Love you too, Dennis. Just so you know, it is Woodin, not Wooden.
I said Woodin.
Well,
But I can't say DeWalt either. Come on, cut me a little break.
yeah, sure. Okay, so that's our cutoff line. Okay, yeah. I'm just drawing my line so I'll know about when to expect it to hit the back of the saw. Doing it from straight up above. You know what I mean? I don't know how to word it. All right. There's flat.
I'm going to go mute for a few minutes while I go empty my washing machine and load the dryer here.
Okay.
I'll still be listening. I just won't be able to talk.
Okay. Some people might appreciate that. Just kidding.
John says I hear Wes laughing.
I don't remember.
Mac says I'm not sure if I'm safe in West Virginia or not.
3 hours, almost 3 hours and 10 minutes, and I'm still being held for review. Oh, well, I don't know why I talk about it. It's just I want to be able to gripe about something. So that's what I do.
See how quiet it gets when Wes mutes. Do not reference my babbling.
I can come back.
No. Just kidding. Going off the rails of a crazy train. Aye. You're welcome. Free entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Mac, I have not gotten your picture of you holding that coffee cup yet. Just saying. Or if I have, I didn't get the notification. Well, right now it's being used to catch drips from a leaky ceiling. And watch when they go to review this video, they're going to happen to jump right in the part where I was drawing Penelope. Or Wes asking for tickles. Two more cuts and then we'll go ahead and end this here live stream. So people can go get therapy and I can get some sleep. It's what I do. Best anyway. Yeah. Chris Nealon says, first test cut with a spiral blade went well. Yay. Mac Pierce says, Charles, the hat is supposed to come tomorrow. I'll try to get a photo of both. Alrighty. Please make sure you're dressed. And if you're not, send that to Wes. Alright, the final cut of the live stream. Of this live stream. And we're not going to be able to get all the way to the bottom here because of the capacity of the saw.
I don't know how it is I can do some live streams that are 8 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, and then other ones I can barely make it 3 hours. Go figure. Howdy, mister.
Herb wants to know now what he's supposed to do the rest of the night.
I have no idea.
Mike says he was wondering the same thing.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try to get that in view. That's what we did tonight. It's not directly above, so it looks a lot longer than it is, but because Chris Nealon 2-aught is smaller than a 1 because it's a fraction. I'm sorry, folks. I just get a little tired. But Wes, don't run off. I need to discuss something with you, but I appreciate everybody being here, and I will try to do longer ones in the future. And if I wake up in the middle of the night, by God, I might just get going again. But I appreciate everybody being here, and I'll do the point, and I guess we can let Wes say the words. But Wes, you want to say them words?
Scroll on, everybody, and good night.